I felt like our concerns were at least listened to and respected like a few years ago. But we've basically become the boy who cried wolf. Just cried Islamophobia too many times, but without gaining any political capital. So people just don't care anymore. And if anything, they roll their eyes. It's become a meme. Islamophobia, whatever. It's not even racism. You're not a race. When you're younger, you want to change the world around you. But when you're older, you're kind of like, I just want to change my circumstances. Now it's for the younger people to fight those battles.
Were you purposely written out of the show?
Truly, I don't know why. Storyline-wise, I get it though. Get girls on the podcast, ask him.
A gift for you, Tez.
Oh my days. This early in the podcast. Thank you very much.
Let's wait for the reaction.
Look, this up. What the fuck, man? I should have guessed it as well. I don't know why I don't know how you sucked me in. You know what? These pay me as well.
This is premium mal. Okay, premium mal hai. Biscoff the biscuit.
Would you rather eat a Biscoff biscuit every day for the rest of your life or give Nigel Farage your political backing?
Oh.
What's up, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. We are joined by the most special guest I think we've had today in terms of popularity, notoriety, just being known. Man like Mobeen's very own big comedian from Blackburn, Tez Ilyas. What are you saying?
Oh, that was a lovely introduction, bro.
You're welcome.
I felt goosebumps, but I felt like there should have been like a fake round of applause.
He likes minimum two per show.
Yes. You know how much I love claps as well.
He thought he had PTSD in the lockdown. Because my claps started band ho gaye. No one's stopping.
Man, it's tough, isn't it?
And
all of a sudden, it's gone to people like him.
I know people like you and that. Oh, it saved your life.
Look at me, I'm on the front line.
It's honestly what I tell people. I get this a lot when I go on podcasts and they're like, oh, like you save bare lives. And I was like, to be honest, as a doctor, sometimes I save a life. Most of the time, it's not what you think. It's not like somebody comes in and got ta-ta on your chest and you come back to life.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Yeah,
CPR. I do that sometimes. But most of the time, you'll come in and I'm like, let's change the way a little bit, or I'll see you next week, or like I'll book you a scan. That's the type of stuff I do.
Like antiparacetamol kuch nahi karta.
That's it.
And then if you don't give that, I'll tell you this. So at my level now, I can what we call cherry pick patients, which means they come in.
Consultant.
Yeah. So I don't have to see you in the order, right?
Fake consultant. Fake consultant.
He
isn't a full time. He isn't a full time.
Well, that's the setup.
He isn't full time.
So I'm not full time, no. I'm like one, 2 days a week. But when I see Asian patients,
it's a dream, bro.
See what I mean?
No, absolutely.
That's the dream.
Bro, I'm
Dipping
here.
in and out the NHS when he wants to.
That's the dream.
It's Wednesday and I'm in the room with Tez Ilyas.
See what I mean?
Tezveen. I'm in the room with Tezveen.
Tehzeeb.
You fucking
Guy's name. Tezzeeb, man.
Tehzeeb.
Fuck's sake. He's been telling me like, yeah, this is for what I'm like, have you Googled this? Have you thought about this?
You know what's funny as well? Before I came here, like on the drive down, I was wearing, I changed my jumper for this because I was hot and sweaty driving for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And my hoodie said Tehzeeb on it. I should have just kept, and my wife was saying to me, just keep the hoodie on. And I was like,
nice.
I'll dress up a bit. So I should have just wore the hoodie.
Ilyas.
You should have.
Tehzeeb.
But bro, when I see those Asian patients, because I got my junior doctors, and I'm like, look, these Asian patients, they're gonna come there. You're gonna ask them, auntie, problem kya? Masla kya? What the sort of everything not working, and I'm like, no. G.O.A.T patients, they're about to die, and then they'll come and see you, and I'm like, right, your heart is the problem, I'll fix it. But these Asian patients, everything.
What's wrong with you? I'm fine, doc. I don't know what the fuss is.
G.O.A.T. Yeah.
Why are your arms hanging off?
Why
my hair?
Why be fussing?
This side, nothing works on this side. I'm fine.
Yeah, I was like,
really, what they want, what Apne want, is to open their own pharmacy at home.
Yes.
So they're collecting dawaiyan, and then when someone, on the odd chance that something actually goes wrong, they can open that drawer and be like, Ella.
I've moved house recently now,
Yeah.
and the Dwai bag that me and my wife had accumulated, she is type 1 diabetic as well, I need to say that. But the bag was huge. And I'm thinking, this is just for 2 of us.
I respect type 1
way too
diabetics
much.
though. Like
it's proper.
No, actually, no, it's the other way around. I don't respect type 1 diabetics because they're born with it in it. The type 2s, they earned it.
Type 2, you mean?
Type 2, they earned it in it. Like they did the work. They put the work in it.
Yeah. Sugar every day.
Type 1 was like you're born with it.
The diabetics in it, like I was born with this. They might look down on type 2 in it, like reverts, and they call them converts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you converted to diabetes.
You know what's funny? She used to be a fan. After this, I doubt she's a fan anymore, bro.
No, she'll
comedy, man. It's comedy.
She'll question her life. No, type 2s, they earn that in it.
They earn the privilege.
Banda came in, school teacher, COVID, right? And so we basically diagnosed with diabetes. And I said, tell me about what you do. And he goes, doctor, he's from Nigeria. I drink juice every day. And I was like, okay. I drink 2 liters orange juice, fresh, every day. I said, bro, that's too much juice, man. That's why you're diabetic.
How much sugar
is
is that, bro?
Healthy.
You know, it's
also, it's not healthy, man.
Vitamin C.
Fruit kaya.
Yeah, because
vegetables. Vegetables are here. Fruit is like, some fruit's fine, but some fruit is just full of sugar, man. Our fruit, is killer, man.
Yeah,
is
but
the-
tastes so good.
It is, but you can't eat every day. Eat it in season.
Thing in the world,
in
bro.
season.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Like, imagine
beautiful.
before a time, when there were like chocolates and sweets and like processed sugar stuff that we all eat now and are addicted to. Speaking
Yeah.
for myself, because I'm on my way to diabetes too. That's why.
How far along we talking?
I'm trying to find my tribe in it. Probably like 60% of the way there.
Okay.
You could probably tell by
What's
looking
your
at me.
HbA1c? Blood test. Can
I was going to say 2-2. Didn't understand the question. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
2-2.
2-2, yeah,
Yeah, 2-2, yeah. What was I saying?
Chocolates.
Yeah.
And now
So,
I'm-
but imagine like back in the day, so you didn't have access to like the sweets and chocolates and snacks that we have access to. Yeah, and then imagine you had an
Amb, it'd be gunne, sugar canes, gur. These would be the things we'd have.
It would change your life. Imagine 12 years old, you never had
Juice
anything like that. Yeah, and you had an bro, your life would be.
Did you know pineapples were actually like massively privileged to have back in the day?
Yes.
Everything was.
And when they had them, they would have them outside their house as a status sign of wealth.
Wow.
Way back. And
They
now
do
it's
look-
just
they do look like little crowns, don't it?
Yeah.
They do look like cool. They do
They
look
do,
cool.
they do look pretty cool.
they do look pretty cool.
But what I always find interesting is, say a food like pineapple. Pineapple's a good example, yeah. Who was the first guy who was like, I'm going to cut into that
And eat
whatever's
that.
in
And
it,
try it.
I'm going to try it. Because like for every single thing we've ever eaten in our life, there was
Someone
a
sat
pioneer.
there and tried it the first time.
And there would have been people who had them poison berries and didn't make it in it.
Shout out to
So,
them, RIP.
don't eat these
So,
ones.
those risk takers, innit?
Martyrs.
Martyrs, bro.
Martyrs,
and I
man.
think about that everything, and even like the food that we eat, like some science, because they were scientists.
They were scientists before scientists were a
Proper
thing.
chefs are scientists, bro. The ones that create like
It's true.
like
Real
their foods and stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Experimented.
back in the day, like making a pie, is a complicated thing.
It is. How many people
someone's-
did it take to get that?
Like, what was the trial and error process from zero to then perfecting a recipe for a basic
Who
pie?
saw a stack of flour and thought that's going to turn into a pie?
like that, bro? They were geniuses, bro.
It's true.
It's mad.
Tez, I need to.
The sort
I
of
need
shit
to-
that, honestly, sort of shit that occupies my mind.
It's true.
You like him?
It's true. No. I have problems where like my
does
mind
have
is just
problems.
running all the time and I
He
can't
has real
stop it.
problems.
My head's just memes, just all the time running
Yeah.
through me, like non-stop, can't stop. Whenever he sends something stupid to me, I send him a meme back. He's like, "How do you think of this one?" It's just there,
There's nothing in his head.
all of them.
Do you want to see what picture of Indy is? So when he rings me, this comes up, Tez.
When your phone
me and
was
his
low.
wife came up with this. Oh shit! I'll take it off airplane mode.
While you're doing that,
Apologize to.
I need to apologize to you.
That's all right. To me,
Yes, to you.
why?
That's Indy. See the face of the dog.
So funny.
You see. He's
You
like
know
that.
the
He's-
one
his
where
head
the
is empty.
where the dog is sitting
The whole world
there
is burning
drinking
in your life,
drinking
huh?
it. The whole world's burning it, saying this is fine.
You're like, who'd actually skin a pineapple and eat it?
This is fine.
Indy, the room's on fire. Yeah, but
Yeah,
give
but
me
the
a
pineapple,
second.
bro. The pineapple.
What's the apology
The
for?
apology is the call I had with you, and I thought that you were a Man United fan.
Oh yeah.
You were
You
triggered,
vexed
bro.
me, you know.
You were
Ramji
fucking
Jagat.
angry.
I actually got triggered by it.
He's good.
Can I say it's my
Kutta.
brother's
Tell him,
fault?
kutta.
It's my brother's fault.
Go on.
The one who messaged you saying you should jump on our pod.
Right.
And as you did the call out, you said jump on Indian Doctor, and you're like, I'd love to. I was like, bow, thank you.
Yeah.
But also, cool. Then he said to me, Tez is a Man United fan. I was like, oh, okay.
But where has he got that
I don't
from?
know.
Where could he-
But
You know
this,
what?
He's messing with Indy.
This Nulla said to me.
Because my cousin has a box at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh,
he's
so
not Man United fan either. But
Hey?
So why'd you got a box?
No, he's a solicitor in it. He owns a solicitor's firm. Him and a couple of
I
mates.
thought you were
gonna say, yeah.
It's a flex, innit?
He
they pay for
owns
a-
Man United.
They pay for a
Acha,
box
was to
and
show-
it's they host people in it.
Yeah,
So
it's
a
for
flex.
that clients, yeah.
So yeah, they host clients. So it's a flex.
I mean, you're not gonna host
And
him at Blackburn, are you? So-
Occasionally. Yeah. I mean,
With the Venkies.
Season holder, man.
They give me after turn down a box there. Like, guys, I don't need, I'm not here.
Tez, if you could really
I'm
come.
not here. Like I'm never here at the weekend. I don't need a box, guys.
Yeah,
We'd
yeah,
love
yeah.
for you to be an ambassador for the club.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's so I've been to Old Trafford a couple of times. So it might just been he's seen that on my stories and he's
maybe.
not seen anything else. Because I'm more active in terms of football stuff. I'm more active on Twitter on that.
Yes.
So if he doesn't follow me on Twitter, then he might not know that.
He might have done, but he dropped me
but-
in it. So
but
appreciate
yeah,
that. Thank you,
no,
Bal.
no, no.
Thank you. Much
Ew.
love.
Does he
Trot
support
me
Man
over.
United? Does he support Man United?
No, he's an Arsenal fan. I'm a
Okay.
Man United fan.
Why?
You know what? I chose it as a kid and stuck with
Bamali,
it.
no,
I don't respect.
Genuinely, Beckham. That's why.
I don't respect it.
Bex, Van Nistelrooy. Those are my two that I
Do it
I
there.
love with. Huh?
Yeah.
To London there.
No,
Hey,
I'm from
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Oh, okay. What have you team, man?
Yeah. Closer.
Doughty, man. Walsall,
West Brom.
Birmingham,
Aston
West
Villa.
Bromwich Albion. We can't
Aston
support
Villa.
Wolves if you're from West Brom.
Well, to be fair, I couldn't support Albion because those fans were pissing on the front door of our house all the time. So it was a bit like,
yeah, they're mocking their territory, innit?
yeah, I guess so.
But there's a lot of
Animals, innit?
Punjabis who support Wolves, innit? And
yeah,
so
Wolves.
many.
and West Brom as
They got
well.
their own band,
there's
man.
I'm sure like a Punjabi
Wolves,
pub next
Albion.
There's a
I'm
band,
sure
they
there's
got
a
a band.
Punjabi pub next
Wolves,
to
Albion, Villa.
near West Brom. Man, not be Punjabi.
Yeah,
next
there
to
is.
West Brom.
Sportsman.
Yeah.
Sportsman.
Next, that was.
Which is opposite where I used to live. Yeah.
There you go. That's your card.
That's my thing. Go on. Next
gift
step.
for you,
Next step.
Tez.
Oh my days!
We have a present
this
for
early
you.
in the podcast.
Have a present for you. Have a present.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's wait for the reaction.
Like this up. What the fuck, man?
I
should have guessed it. I should have guessed it as well. I don't know why I don't know how you sucked me in. You know what? These motherfuckers should pay me as well. I don't know how I got sucked in as well.
For those that are
I
listening,
got so egged on.
for those that are listening, what have we just given Tez?
So guys, this is premium mal. Okay, premium mal. Biscoff, the biscuit, not biscuit. Right now, Tez, the question is, what's your beef, man?
I'll tell you what my beef
Dushmani
is.
ki hai?
I'll tell you what the dushmani is, yeah.
Right.
So,
You can't touch it.
no, of course I can. I can eat it as well.
Touch.
I'm not allergic to it. I just think it's mid. What it is, I think it was like 2021 January. I put a tweet out, saying I don't understand this Biscoff hype. 'Cause
Yeah.
I noticed it then, like it's even more so now. But even back then, I was like, why is this thing in everything? Like that's any sort of any dessert shop you go to, there's a Biscoff sprinkle or stuff,
There
or
is,
there's a Biscoff-based cheesecake or something. And I was like, hey, Biscoff gets because I remember it being like, you know, you'd go in a hairdresser, it'd be on the side and you wouldn't eat it, or it'd be
like a random shitty biscuit on the side of a tea.
Yeah. Or hotels and
That's
stuff,
it.
right?
Oh,
So I'm
hotels,
like,
yeah, good shout,
So
good
I'm
shout.
like, well, I don't understand what this obsession suddenly is, and I've had it, and I'm like, Tiga.
Why the hype in it?
Nothing more than that for me, yeah. And then I just put this tweet out saying I don't understand this Biscoff thing, yeah. And started doing a bit of numbers, and then someone underneath wrote, yeah, but have you tried the Krispy Kreme Biscoff? And I just, that this is before the beef properly developed, and I was like, well, they send me some, I'll have some in it. And then Krispy Kreme were like, all right.
Go on then.
So they sent me a box of, and then I said, if you send me a box, I want 10 more boxes.
Okay.
That I can send, Krispy Kreme, that I can send to frontline workers, because it was middle of COVID, innit?
Acha.
That's a fucking
Good thing to do.
PR banda.
Key banda.
That's
See?
what a fucking hero I am.
Right, that's a real
Even
hero.
though you were taking my claps, I still give back.
And he was taking your claps.
Yeah.
You hooked him up.
Exactly.
Right.
So I said, they said Tika. So I just said, if you're an NHS frontline worker, just tweet into this and I'll pick 10 names at random.
Nice.
One of them I gave to my friend Ishan's dad because he's a paramedic. And then after I sent him the thing, he was like, oh yeah, my dad's got diabetes, so we have to eat it all. And I was like, that's clever. That's clever. I respected it.
And now I have diabetes.
I respected the hustle. So they sent it to me, and then I had it, and I was like, you know, when someone sends you free, you have to be like, oh, no,
Oh, it's
nice or whatever,
fantastic, yeah.
And then someone was like, oh, that's the wrong one. That ain't even that's the Biscoff,
Drizzle or something.
the ring one. Like that. This isn't the Biscoff filling one.
The full
Why is there
one.
levels to this?
Bro, I don't even know what was going on. I wasn't familiar with this, yeah. So I've done a VAR check on Twitter, and I've gone, listen, Krispy Kreme, you've done me over.
He's got to bar people.
You've done me over.
Knuckly.
You didn't even send me the one that I was supposed to be getting, and they were like, oh, and they were like,
testing
whoever
you.
was
They're
bantering-
like, "Hey,
whoever was- yeah, they were like, hey, we just
hey,
checking.
dickhead,
we
hey,
just
you got-
checking."
yeah.
So they sent me another box of Krispy Kreme donut, and I was like, oh, it's like you sick, love it. But I was still like, it's fine.
What's the hype in it?
It's fine. And then since then, it's just everywhere. So it's became a bit of a thing. Then I did a rant about it on the radio on Fighting Talk on 5 Live, and people enjoyed that. So now it's just a thing that people associate with me. So now
Lola's cupcakes.
yes,
when that guy took the PB&J?
Yes, and so now I just get tagged in stuff constantly.
About Biscoff.
But people tag me and stuff. Bro, it's on stuff. You see it pop up and stuff, right? I've seen it on pizzas. I've seen it on burgers. I've seen
Burgers?
Biscoff,
On pizza?
I've seen Biscoff deodorant advertised on Facebook, bro.
Nah, you're taking the piss.
This is what I'm saying, bro. You know when you're like, if it were just contained to confectionery, like on a cheesecake, milk cake, I'll be like,
That's all right.
I'm not into it.
I
but
understand that.
I get how that can happen, yeah. But bro, on things it shouldn't be in, and I was like, in my head, it's a conspiracy.
It's a virus.
People are occupied by COVID and Diana.
This is the real virus.
And the moon landing.
Oh,
I'm like,
Diana, man.
Biscoff.
Bae.
What's the end game?
What is the end game?
End game is
Biscoff?
for
What's
Tez
the
to
thing?
enjoy.
What's the end game on this? What's the end? I'll take it from my mother-in-law. What's the end game here?
She asking a question now about that.
Go on.
He's brought it up now.
Go on.
You know your mother-in-law?
Yeah,
What do you call her?
Ami,
Perfect. Right, explain something to me. Amir Khan, boxer.
G,
Take you know his Khan's, the documentary.
G.
Why does he call his mother-in-law auntie? Is it a Pakistani thing? Is it a Muslim thing? Is it a
It's
Amir
a
Khan
weird
thing?
thing I've noticed among some communities.
I call my mother-in-law Ami. My wife calls my mother-in-law Ami. I think it would have.
You're Punjabi, no?
But you know what it is? I think if I'd married my wife if we'd met, 15 years ago, or something, and I was younger, and say I was 21 or 22,
Okay.
I might have called her auntie.
But why?
No.
you know what I
Auntie
mean?
pre-marriage or post-marriage?
Pre-marriage.
Yeah, okay, but then
you
post-marriage,
just
it's like,
but then you
it
just get
changes.
used to- You just get used to something, innit?
But is
I
it
think
a
once you
culture-
get
is it a
used to
culture thing?
something,
Nah,
it just
man.
becomes a thing, innit?
It's a respect thing.
I get it, and I think but you notice we don't use words like, at least where I'm from, northern Pakistan, we don't use words like sus
Yeah.
Or,
Okay.
Or,
We use sus, yeah.
Or Bobby. Like we
Bobby.
don't say
Yeah,
Bobby.
yeah, yeah,
I say
yeah.
I'll call my sister-in-law's Baji,
Yeah, okay.
which is
Interesting.
the same thing I call my sister.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't say we don't use words like
No, but in the same
Bobby
way, like
and
I
stuff
don't
like
call
that.
my mother-in-law Sassy, but mum and just mummy.
Yeah, I call him mum,
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
Yeah. Same thing.
Rather than
so
having the actual term.
Yeah, so we
okay.
don't use those formal terms. So I think Andy would have had, because he was probably a kid and I don't know how mature he is now, but pre even the level of maturity he has now, he just called it auntie, and then that just would have been what he stuck with his whole life.
okay.
And also then, a lot of people, this didn't happen to Amir Khan, but a lot of people in our community might marry someone that they previously related to.
Oh, okay. So the
And
rishta
so
is
you would
This
then
is another
call-
thing.
You would then call your mother-in-law the name
that she was before.
she was before
the
that,
relationship.
which might be a hala or a puppy.
Oh, and you continue saying that.
or, So you'd carry on calling her that.
Interesting.
They're not doing the community any favors there, bro, with
No.
that.
So, but yeah, no, we don't. I don't think I've ever heard a Pakistani call their mother-in-law sus.
Okay.
And yeah, and I'm away from Pakistan. People don't say Bobby either. We say Baji.
Interesting. Okay, good.
And the other thing that we do, so we say
Yeah.
we put the title first, then the name. Whereas I notice a lot of within South Asian culture, there's a mix. Like some people say the name and then the title. So they'll say Sayyida Auntie.
Okay.
Or
Rather than auntie
Sayyida
is
Hala,
like that.
Sayyida Masi.
Yeah.
Whereas we'll say Masi Sayyida or Hala Sayyida or Pupo Sayyida.
Why is he
Interesting. We use the name as well, though. We just use the title.
I just call him like
People don't say the name.
You just
People
use
don't say the
the
name.
If I
We'll
stand in
just
the room and I
we'll
say
Masi.
Masi, I'll get 10 heads turn.
Yeah, true. Oh, but if it's like that, I would say Masi Sayyida or Masi whoever.
Okay.
But the other South Asians would say the name first, then the title. So they'll go Sayyida Masi or Sayyida Khala. Which I've known. So where did you lot in that? So would you say the title first, then the name?
Do you know
Just the
how I
title?
say it?
Just a title.
Just
yeah.
title.
But if it was like a few of them in the room.
No, but see,
You
with now
like-
you have this.
No, I
idea
say where they're from. So I've got Derby Masi. I've got
Okay.
this Masi from here, that Masi
Fake
from there.
Masi.
Locations work.
Tall Masi.
Yeah, tall Masi.
Shorty Masi.
Small Masi. all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Buddy Masi.
Buddy Masi.
Buddy
yeah,
Masi
yeah.
is the one, yeah.
Real Masi, fake Masi, you know?
Yeah.
That's a
All
real
happens.
thing, man. So
That is a
in
real
Punjabi you
thing.
say Saka.
Oh yeah, Saka Mamu.
Yeah, so like
Oh, man.
you how many fake mum have you got? You told me about 3.
Fake Mamme, whoa.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Mamme. Anyway,
Dirty guy, dirty guy. innit?
how many fake mamas have I got?
3, 1, 2, 3.
No, I've got one fake one because he's been associated as a friend of my mama's. And then growing up, I was just told he was my mama. And then 30 years later, I'm like,
How we
wait.
call everyone uncle and auntie.
I'm like, wait,
in our
we aren't
community.
related. He's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just here. I was like, I prefer you to my real ones anyway. You know, that's how it is.
No, we'd say Mamu. But, yeah.
There we go. Tez, you recently got married.
Yes.
Congrats.
How are you
Thank you very
finding the experience of being married?
It's good, man. Obviously, it comes with a challenge. I think when you've been like so used to your own space for so long, and you get married at the age that I did,
Yeah.
just 38.
Okay.
You then kind of used to a certain way of living and used to a certain way of leading your life. But also, I'm at an age where I am more mature than I was previously at a younger age. So I have adapted. I probably wouldn't be where my wife wants me to be in terms of full maturity and adaptation.
Of course not.
But
You're a
I'm better
comedian.
than I would have been at like 25.
You've come a long way.
Yeah.
Progress, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And what are some of your pet peeves now that you're married? We'll tell you some more. As well.
Probably they buy a lot of stuff in it.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
Bare random. I'm
Like
not even
what?
talking about clothes, bro.
You're talking Amazon like stuff.
I'm talking about Amazon and Shein and Temu.
Temu.
And all this.
What did we talk about
Temu,
today?
yeah,
What did
Temu.
you call
Like
Temu
that-
today?
Timu.
You call it a
Temu.
virus, didn't you? What do you call it? Infestation or something?
No, I'm just like, they're making a loss to gain market share. I'm in marketing in it. So
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah.
them
But
in all
they're
my
everywhere,
reports.
man.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, these
yeah,
fuckers
yeah,
are everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
But that is just a lot of tat. Like the clothes thing, I understand. Like it is what it is.
Kapre, innit?
Kapre, yeah. But bro, there's a lot of just bare random bits of plastic turn up in random bits of the house, and I'm like, what's that? I'm like, but I'd like the thing that was there previously. Like we have this thing.
I wasn't consulted on it.
We're a bit kleptomaniac.
Don't I have choices of interior design? No.
We're a bit kleptomaniac. So like, if we're in nice hotels and we like something, we just take it. I want them on it. They ensure that.
If you go Nando's, you still the
That'll be fine.
No,
You
because
heard about that, yeah?
But I'm not against it though. If someone told me they stole a sauce from Nando's, I'd be like, all right, do it.
Like safety
That's
rule.
like, and I was in New Zealand last year, and you had this really nice little tea thing. So it's like a rack thing, and you can put all the teas in there and stuff. And I thought, and we just bought a house that summer.
Yeah.
So we're just in the process of moving
Straight in the ditty.
moving into the house, and I was like, think this will look nice in our kitchen, you know.
Straight in there.
So I bought it, and we've been using it.
Yeah.
And then recently
You tagged the hotel.
Great. She changed it.
Come get your shit.
She changed it to a Temu thing,
Right.
like a plastic thing with a door on it and stuff.
Without
And-
your consent.
But I'm like, I think the wooden one look better, you know.
Classy.
Like, this is like a plastic thing, innit? Like, I don't know.
What was it? What was the jawab then?
I don't. It's like no jawab.
Nobody asked you in it. Nobody asked you.
Yeah, no one asked. And in her defense, no one did ask me. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I wasn't consulted on it on that change. But I was like, oh, fine. It's not. I feel like this isn't my space.
How many items of clothing we talking a month?
I couldn't even say. But I think it's like she binges.
Okay.
So she could go a few weeks without getting anything. She'll get like little bits.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some just constantly little drips will come in. But then in terms of a spree, then she like every 2-3 months there'll be a binge.
Ta.
Bro, we were in Karachi in January.
Suit shopping.
And
Have you been suit shopping in Karachi?
so what we went for was a charity thing. But then
What we ended up doing?
obviously we did that, and then we our return we booked it so that we had a 4 or 5 days in Karachi because we've never been to Karachi before.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
And I heard it's an
You're
amazing
from
place.
Jhelum?
Yes, which is very far. It's like
When
as
in
far
Karachi, you know. it makes
Exactly,
sense,
and
yeah.
Karachi is as far from here to like Rome.
Yeah.
Like geographic, like it's
far.
It's a big,
Yeah.
it's a big country. And we were like, I was like, I might never come here again. So let's spend 4 or 5 days here and see what it's about. And we loved it. Like Karachi is, if you can go. It's I know it's difficult for you guys, but
Yeah.
if you're able to go, do go. But then we ended up going to a mall, and bro, she was in heaven.
That's it.
Suits though.
Suits, bro, everything, bro. They were
Right,
cheap.
all right. Let me ask you a question because I've been suit shopping in Punjab, right?
Yeah.
When you go into the stores, ladies in the store, or men in the store? Suit shops.
If you go to the markets, it's
Yeah.
men.
Yes.
It's all men.
It's so weird.
all men.
It's so
But
weird.
if you go to the malls,
Then it's
then it's a mix.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Then it's more of a mix.
But
Have you had experience with the men that run these suit stores?
Oh, bro, as from a kid, like I've been to Pakistan like 12 times.
Okay, so you've seen
So
it.
I've been through it all. When you're a
You've
kid,
seen
you're like,
it.
you're like, why am I? And you know, it seems like they spend 6 hours in them and really.
And they
really
pull out every suit. They
they
start
probably
throwing
spend
the suits
45
out.
minutes,
Barely an
yeah. But like in your life, but then they give you a bottle in it, and you're like,
Oh.
Yeah, pani cha cha cha. please.
every shop you go to, like you wait for the guy to be like, bottle please, and you're like, yeah, love one. And then you try and beat that record the next time you go out and stuff. Like, bro, now I could barely drink a full bottle of.
Pani.
No, like a soda or something.
Mirinda or
Whereas
Limca
back-
or whatever.
bro, we were
Mirinda, Limca.
We were like 7 a day. when
Glass
we were
bottles.
kids.
with the
7
straw.
a day.
glass- bro.
No wonder you're pre-diabetic.
I know. I went early. I went early. I knew my destiny and I leaned into it.
Yeah. You went straight for it.
Yeah.
No, but suit shopping's mad, man. I went last year with my wife and Tez, they were there. And they were speaking to me like, I know what they're talking about. Said we can make this garment and essay. And I said, look, bro, this is the lady. I'm going to pay, but you just speak to her, man, directly.
Yeah.
But the amount of knowledge they have.
Do you negotiate though? Do you do the bargain?
He must do.
bartering?
He must
So
do.
where we do it, I've got a lot of family and they know who my family are. So it's like a special rate.
He uses the privilege.
They're like,
They already bargained.
Doctor saab de
Right.
bachche hain?"
Yeah.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sir,
but even then,
sir,
I
please,
would
sir,
take the piss
sir,
and go
no
even
money,
further, Katt.
sir. Huh?
Go even further. Just be like, less. Walk out for free. Come on, man. It's the game.
It's a tough game, man, shopping with ladies, man. Bags? You should like bags?
Yeah.
LV bags.
I was so happy, because a lot of these bag companies ended up on the boycott list.
Not sure.
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
going to come to you like, yes.
Alhamdulillah.
So you're like, there we go.
Yes.
Blog it on eBay.
Yes. So LV's on there.
Very good.
Interesting.
So- Divine intervention.
obviously the thing is, if you already own it, it's fine. 'cause
Yeah.
You've already spent the money, so that's fine.
Oh.
But not new ones. So Chanel's on there. Gus-
Balle, balle.
Alhamdulillah.
Which one isn't on there?
No, those are top
There's a
ones.
couple. The Prada's not on there.
Gucci.
Oh, shit.
I don't think Gucci's on there either.
Achha, Prada.
I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I definitely know LV and Chanel on there because
They're
they're like two of the
Ch-
main ones, innit? And Chanel is a
Chanel is
beast.
mangi, man.
Yeah.
5,000 minimum, man.
Yeah. So I wasn't even up to the Chanel level yet, and then I was like,
What a shame.
oh, next birthday coming up as well, you know. Oh no,
Darling, it's about experiences, and it's not about
Oh,
the things we
no.
I
have.
gotta say, I'm lucky that my wife doesn't buy bags; she buys trainers. So I'm like, oh, that's better.
Is
That's
it?
better. Yeah, she's
That's
a
pretty
massive
cool.
sneakerhead.
Jordans.
All right.
Massive sneakerhead.
Yeah, no, I saw the Jordan.
Yeah, she
Nice.
is, man. She's really into her trainers.
So is it particularly Nike or?
She's a Nike girl only.
Because
she
of
doesn't
you
like
now,
Adidas. No. She's always been Nike
Oh,
ever
pre.
since she was
So
like.
really,
a
I
kid.
prefer Adidas.
I'm a mix.
Yeah.
I'm a
Don't get me
mix.
wrong. I wear Jordan and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. I think it's because I'm messy. Maybe I don't know. Might be, yeah.
I saw this thing Tez you posted. I can't remember where it was that you talked about fixing a boiler.
Yeah.
Was your mother-in-law's house?
My house.
It was your house, right?
Yeah.
But
My
there was-
mum loves this.
Your mom, you're right. It was your mom, not your mother, right? And there was zero appreciation. Tell me about it, man. Because
I mean, all right. In reality, all I did was. I see.
You turned it on and off. If you turned it on and off, keys.
No. It's all I did.
Google
Yeah,
Maria.
but they didn't do it. Whatever I did, yeah.
They didn't go to Google.
Whatever little I did, or whatever big I did, they didn't do it. I did it. So
Where's the
fact
credit?
is
Where's the credit?
that the water was cold. I did something, however big or small, I intervened.
Did you
Result
press the
key,
Did
what
you
was the
press the
result?
ignite button? What did you do?
No, I found. Yeah, there was a bit of fiddling. I fiddled with some valves under the boiler, and you find the right ones, and it tops the boiler back up. Yeah. So,
yeah.
so like, what if you know that, then you know that there's a valve.
That's decent, yeah.
Before you have to call someone in, there's some valves that you could turn, and that
Something happens.
90% of the time it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't know that. And even if I told them, they might just.
And when they did
might
it-
still defer to me.
When
no
you did
appreciation.
this, we
And I
expected
did this,
some
and there was and the waters come back
Warm,
hot.
yeah.
Because we're in the middle of winter up north.
cold.
This is important.
Very, very cold.
Winter's coming,
The result, the winter's coming.
and zero appreciation.
Zero appreciation.
Zero appreciation.
So you know, what's the learning point here? What do you need to do next time?
Not
Leave
do it.
You know what it is?
Leave it.
Let
exactly,
him
leave it
suffer.
for a little
No,
while,
but you say that, yeah.
And then you
but-
come
but
in.
I also needed the hot water.
So really, you did it for yourself.
No, I did it for the unit. I did it for the unit, yeah. But it's not something that I could have lived without. Either.
I did it for the love of the game.
That's not one
Love
of
the
those that I
game.
can be like, well, let them eat cake in it, because I also wanted cake.
You knew what you were doing, bro. Oh man. Okay. All right. So, Gordon, you got one to share about your pet peeve of your wife. This is what we do. We just rant about wives, man. That's it.
One of our segments
That's
is
the whole
Confessions of Married Men.
Yeah.
And so I've been married now, coming on 7 years. We've known each other like 14 years.
Can I give you a top tip to my top 2 tips? I'm only thinking of a third one for my stand-up shows. But
Go on,
yeah.
There's very little things
Yeah.
that will just annoy them.
Yes.
Acha.
Right, it's very tiny things. You're not harming anyone. It's not taking up anyone's time.
Psychopathic.
Very little things that will just annoy them, though.
Go on.
When they look nice, call them handsome.
Rather than beautiful.
They
Okay.
hate that.
Okay.
Like,
Am I banda?
you're like, you're very handsome today. And they're like, what? And you're like,
It's a nice word, isn't
you're
it?
very handsome. It's a compliment.
Compliment, yeah.
They hate that. Because if they call you pretty,
You're basically
you're like,
saying
thank you.
you're mad.
Yeah, we take everything
I'm
in
like, right,
mind.
you look pretty today. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you. I'm like, oh. Like, I'll believe it. I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you very
I'll
much.
lean into it.
And then the other one is, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, actually, because this could work both ways as well. Have you ever been in a situation where you get a cup of tea made for you,
Yes.
and then you don't drink, you forget that it's been made, and so you leave it and it goes cold,
Right.
and then you drink and you're like, why is this tea cold? Have you ever done that?
No, I just drink it cold and
Haven't.
complain.
Haven't. I normally drink it when it's straight
Okay,
there.
so I've done that sometimes, because I'm a bit absent-minded, I guess. So sometimes the tea will be made or whatever, and I forget about it, and then I remember suddenly 15 minutes later, and by that time it's like lukewarm, gosa, or cold, right? And then, what you say is, why would you make me a cold cup of tea? Oi.
The gaslighting.
That's like nuclear level, man. That's
Oh,
so
it's nice.
shit.
Oh, it's nice.
It's like
Especially
real-
when there's peace times as well.
That's
during
Kleptomania.
during peace times, it's so fun. Why would you? But
Shots fired.
Do you not
man.
love me?
don't-
Have I
don't-
done something?
I don't.
Did I steal the blanket last
I'm
night?
genuinely confused.
What's going on? I thought we were friends.
Make me a cold cup of tea.
Why would you? Why would you do that?
Oh, it's also when they say, when they give it, because my wife knows me, is when they're like, just drink it before it goes cold. And then,
Oh, she'll tell you that.
And then you still forget. Me, I'm not one of those guys, like, if you text me, and if I don't reply to you immediately, I won't reply to you.
Yeah, it's gone.
Not out of any disrespect, just because it's out of sight, out of mind. Just the way my brain works. And so I'll be like, oh yeah, cool. I'll acknowledge it. And then there might be something, at that moment though, it is too hot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, get back to you, whatever you're doing, phone, whatever, yeah. And then
Look at the
literally-
Biscoff hatred. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like trying to find out where the headquarters are. And then literally my brain would just be like, boom, forgotten about
Gone.
it. And then suddenly, then the next time I glass, oh shit, my tea. And then I'll be like, why
Why would you do that?
have you made a cold
Why,
cup of tea,
why,
mate?
why would you do that?
Man, prime gaslighter over
Just
here, man.
little
Darkness.
Just little
Dark
things to
energy.
like wind them up a little bit, like a wind-up toy.
Khatarnak cheez hai, this guy, you know?
No, because if you're complaining about being annoyed by whatever, you got this bit feature on your show.
Yes.
I'm just giving you a little bit.
I like it. I like it.
Mirch.
Just give it back.
But now she's gonna know because she watches this.
Give it back.
Maybe we should edit that out.
Can if you want.
Secret.
I'm going to do it on stage anyway, so I don't mind.
take
You,
it.
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't mind you editing it out.
okay.
Keep it in your back pocket.
Let's see. I like that. Predator Tez, man. Go on, got him. You have yours. I'm waiting for you.
So I have this habit. Say we're in the bedroom, whatever it is, and I take my slippers off. Take it and just leave them wherever they are. She'll make this point where she'll walk as if, Rab hasn't given her eyes. And she'll be like, your slippers are here. I could have fallen over, I could have died. And I'm like, listen, the level of hyperbole you're using here, you've seen the slippers, just move them to the side.
Yeah.
Right? But she makes it sound like my slippers are a death trap. Like I'm walking, like I leave them strategically placed. Like you remember Call of Duty? Remember Claymore, like a trip point,
Right.
like a bomb.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, my slipper on slipper, and we've got a baby, like 13 weeks old. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to tend to the baby's needs. So I just took my slippers off so I could get to the baby. It's not intentional that I'm putting these
Was the
slippers.
baby in the pool or something?
No,
Why
on the
did
bed,
you?
on the bed. So I'm trying to get to the baby. I take my
How big's
slippers
your
off.
bed? Oh,
See,
it's
I
a big
don't
bed.
I don't want to be the sort of like I don't want to be a pick me guy,
Yeah.
but I might be on the side of your wife here.
Ooh.
Yeah, khatarnak cheez.
I tell you, because I know I'm thinking about what I would do,
Yeah, as
and I feel like
the man.
this is what I do generally. Like,
Yeah, with the
like
shoes,
how
okay.
I live how I would put my shoes to a side if I take them off.
Even if it's an emergency situation, would you
If
be
I-
like, no,
I
let me
wouldn't-
just
I wouldn't have my slippers off in that case. I'd probably leave them on.
leave him on and jump on the bed?
But this
Yeah.
isn't like when you come through the front door and you have your outside shoes on.
Yeah.
They go in the right. I don't leave them
Yeah,
out by the door.
yeah,
It's
sure,
not that.
sure,
This
sure,
is like
sure.
slippers, but like
In my bedroom.
you see my bedroom, man. It's a big room, man. Like you can't. You can
Bro,
navigate.
his bedroom is about 3 of these rooms.
you can navigate around the shoes. It's not.
Yeah.
And him and his wife are the same height.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like range of sight is there. Center of gravity is lower. You can see.
But if they're literally not to a side in the middle of the walkway of where you would ordinarily, if you
Expect to be clear.
what you would normally expect to be clear.
But it's not like that. It's not that obvious. It's not like we're walking from the room to the podcast. I'll put it there.
Okay.
It's a little bit out the way, but it's like just because it's not.
You didn't put it as a trap when you open the door. You stumble straight in.
Exactly.
All right, then, yeah. No, she's definitely being a bit hyperbolic, definitely. Like, but you know what it is? I think because I feel like my wife does this, which is leaves the slippers lying around. Like yesterday, the suitcase that we packed to come down south for this, she left the suitcase in the middle of the bedroom, and I was like,
Was it packed?
This
already?
doesn't live here.
It wasn't finished packing,
It wasn't finished. Okay.
but I was like, I now have to move this to get to the ensuite.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. I was like,
problem.
you could
But they shouldn't put it in the middle of the bed. You don't put.
Yeah.
You don't put Dekchi on the bed.
No, unless it's been
but
packed.
if she said
You
to
don't
me,
put Dekchi on the bed. Dirty man. You don't do that.
Where do you pack it?
On the floor.
if she said to me,
We're bed people. Yeah.
if she said to me, "Oh, could you just move it for me because it's a bit heavy?"
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
Fair.
no problem.
There's a
game,
reason.
fair
There's a
game.
reason.
There's no
There's a
problem with
reason,
that.
yeah.
There's no issue with that. But I'm
Packing
like,
all of her Sheen Temu stuff in there, you know?
exactly. But I'm like, just who's moving that? I guess I am.
Yes, you
You should
are.
leave a note.
Yeah.
Note like this.
This does not live here. Passive aggressive.
I should put it on the bed on her side.
Yes.
I'll put suitcases on bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. It bothers me. Sorry, guys.
Okay, indeed.
Okay. I'll go to my bit. All right,
Done.
fine. Trash TV that women watch.
I'm lucky that my wife doesn't really go in for that stuff.
Not Selling Sunset.
No, she doesn't watch
Love
any,
Island.
She doesn't watch any of that stuff.
Very good.
None of that stuff.
Very
Do you
I'm
know
so
what
happy.
Selling Sunset is?
I know of these shows.
Selling Sunset is one of those shows where
That's
it
the Dubai
started
one,
off.
right? Is that the Dubai one?
I did think there is a Dubai version, but the first one was in LA.
American. Yeah.
And they basically sell these massive,
Oh no, I'm
massive
thinking of
yards.
I'm thinking of the Bling one.
Dubai Bling, that's what you're
I'm
thinking.
of. Yeah.
They sell these massive yards, and you see them, and you're like, these are real houses. They are. It used to be about the houses, then it became about the drama.
Right. Okay.
Now it's 90% drama, 10% houses.
Right.
Now it's 98% drama, 2% houses.
Like The Apprentice.
Yeah.
I actually love The Apprentice. Early days.
Oh man.
You watching the
all
series?
right.
No.
Okay, have you seen the new series?
bad.
No.
Do you
The
know how
doc- the
much
doctor on
bestie all of them do to the communities?
But the Asian
Right, no,
guys
no, I
are
don't
so
watch it.
bad.
all the guys are always
I don't watch
bad,
it.
always bad.
Yeah,
Last year was
always.
Akshay. This year is the same from Leicester.
DJ Verdi.
And I'm like, oh,
Verdi.
for fuck's sake.
There was a
man.
doctor on there.
He got sacked.
fired.
innit?
It's useless.
Yeah.
Useless, man.
No, I don't watch any of that stuff anymore. I'm really into
Okay.
good drama.
Like what?
and like good TV.
Example.
Like your Netflix stuff and your Amazon Prime stuff.
Like
and
Netflix originals.
yeah, or like like back in the day would have been like The Wire, Breaking Bad.
Okay.
that
Prison
sort of
Break.
stuff,
That's his
and,
level,
yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Right now, like Stranger Things is probably the one. Like obviously that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in between seasons, but like a new series comes out that's like highly well reviewed. I'll be on that. Like The Boys on
The
on
Boys. I
Amazon
haven't
Prime.
seen the spin-off yet. Apparently I heard it's good.
Very good.
It's very
very
good.
very good.
Very good.
Because sometimes spin-offs
They
like,
tend to be
very,
a bit
very
shit,
good.
but that
Very
one's
on
been
par.
good.
Very very good.
Ooh, high praise.
Invincible on Amazon Prime. Like I
haven't seen season 2 yet. I need to
Love,
watch it.
Love drama.
Proper
I mean,
drama.
as in TV.
Does wifey
And-
enjoy
and
that
films.
too? Or do you fight with the TV?
Yeah. I think she would prefer us to watch slightly less violent stuff.
Less heavy, maybe as well. Yeah.
Less heavy stuff
No,
sometimes.
it's just violence. Guys always choose shows that have
But like,
violence.
we watched that. What was that Mirzapur on Amazon Prime? Have you seen that?
No.
That's a mad one, bro.
Who's
It's
that?
Indian. So it's not Bollywood, but it's an Indian drama.
Achha.
What's
But
it
that's on the
about?
rise
If you
now.
tell me what it's about,
It's
my wife will
these
probably know.
gun runners in Mirzapur.
All right.
And these young street kids who start working, not kids, but like these young late teen guys who start working for them, and the machinations and the politics around that town and stuff. Very, very good, very violent. And also
Very violent, very bad.
but
Big
also
plus.
very, very rude.
Okay.
But not like,
Rude as in-
not Bollywood rude. Or
Like-
as
like
in
Western rude?
Yeah, Western. And you're like,
Yeah.
Like at one point,
Sex
one of
karte?
these women chops a guy's lullah off. And
Very forward.
but like you see the shadow of the lullah.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the shadow, and you're like,
Yeah.
huh?
They've
We've
gone
come a
to
long
like
way,
upper
yeah.
levels now, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen one on Netflix? I really enjoyed was the one with Guy Tunde was the character's name with Saif Ali Khan
Oh,
playing
Sacred
the same-
Games.
Yes,
Yes.
Sacred Games.
That's him. That's
Bro,
him.
some of that went mad, innit? In the second season.
No,
When
but
he was-
Saif
when he was singing
started
that
that
guy's
movement,
lullah
man.
up and down. Bro, that went mad, innit? And I was like, like when that stuff happens, me and my wife.
Lullah references, huh?
Me and my wife look at each other like she sat there, I'm like, huh?
You're like, wait, get the remote, mum.
I'm like,
Oh,
what's this?
okay. Mum and dad aren't here. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Crazy.
They're pushing
But like-
boundaries, yeah.
But it's a really good drama though.
Yes,
Like despite
yes,
I feel like some of that stuff you don't really need it in shows sometimes. I feel like Game of Thrones you need to be that gratuitously rude.
You didn't need to see
For
all the banging all the time.
Did
you ever watch Spartacus?
Power.
That was
Did you ever watch Spartacus?
No.
Loads of sex scenes.
Okay,
but-
there's at
but I
least
know
2
of it.
sex scenes every show. It got to
And
the
it's-
point
and
where
it's
like
unnecessary.
I was forwarding through them. I was like, listen, I don't need to see this.
Power was the same. The early seasons of
Power,
Power.
Okay,
Yeah,
I watched
like-
all of Power. Did you find the ending of it?
Bro, the
Yeah.
whole thing was mid.
Okay,
But then
thank you.
second
I think-
series, you're like,
thank
who's gonna watch that?
I think there's certain shows that we hype online because they're fun and entertaining to watch, right?
Yeah.
But there's levels to the game, innit?
Yep.
Just because something is entertaining doesn't make it
Good.
brilliant.
Yeah. Like Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad was
Yeah, Breaking Bad is elite.
GOAT level.
There's
Yeah.
like 5 shows that are elite.
Yeah.
All right, give me your 5 elites.
Oh, you put me on the spot now.
I am, but you
I
said
haven't
it.
seen The Sopranos because I feel like that would be elite.
I've tried
I've not
watching it, but I need
seen it.
subtitles now, and I can't find a thing that gives me
Oh,
subtitles.
that's happened, didn't it?
That's happened to me really badly. I need
it's happened to-
subtitles.
It's happened to everyone.
I have a
think
hearing
almost
issue.
Every Asian I know, or yours is legit. Mine
No,
is,
but
mine is.
I have had a hearing issue, and my mum's had one ever since I was a kid. So I'm
Okay.
used to
Here
seeing
we
subtitles
go,
on
here we
screen.
go.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I can't have it not on.
So I went to a period in my 20s and 30s where like I refused to watch stuff with subtitles
'Cause it ruins it.
I just need to tune back in. But now I'm back into the subtitles thing,
Yeah,
and now I
same.
can't watch stuff without subtitles unless it's sport.
I think you miss things if you don't have subtitles, man.
Yeah, you can. But The Wire, I watched the whole of The Wire without subtitles, and that is
Ooh,
once
fair.
you tune into the language,
Yeah.
it's incredible. So The Wire would be my number one.
The Wire, yeah.
Okay. Number one. Okay.
2 would be Game of Thrones, despite the last season. In spite of the last season, Game of Thrones would be.
Did you watch the
would be
new one,
number 2.
The House of the
No,
Dragon?
I've not seen it yet.
I didn't bother.
I've not
I
seen
heard
it
it's
yet.
good, but
I might watch it at some point, but I've not watched it yet. 3 would be Breaking Bad.
Okay.
So they'd be my top 3 that I've seen, even though I think Sopranos probably make the top 3 if I'd seen it, but I haven't. And then my other elite shows would be South Park,
Yes.
Ooh.
although that's sort of tailed off a little bit. But then
It's still
if something-
good, though.
if something
But the
runs for-
heyday,
If something
I mean,
runs for
yeah.
25 years,
Yeah, exactly.
it's to be expected.
But
of
I
it.
saw a recent episode. I've got a brother that watches all the content, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he tells
yeah,
me
yeah.
this is a good one to watch. There was a one where they took the piss out of Disney and how they've completely fucked up Disney.
Oh,
And they
right,
fucked
right,
up
right,
Marvel
right,
and everything like
right.
that. And they
The-
kept
the-
on doing the
Elon Musk
political
called them
Pandaverse.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
And I thought that episode was spectacular.
Because it used to be that South Park used to be on Channel 4 and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
But now it's on like Paramount.
Yeah.
And so it's an added subscription on your
Yeah,
Amazon Prime.
but-
And you're like, you know,
but
how
you
much-
have a Fire
how
Stick,
much,
don't
I don't
you?
actually.
What?
I don't.
You're from Blackburn, you don't have a Fire Stick.
Everyone in Blackburn has a
That's
Fire
what I'm
Stick.
saying, bro.
I think it's my next investment.
That is your next
My
investment.
next £50 investment.
That's it. It is
Would be a
50
Fire
to 100
Stick.
pound a
One-time,
year. done.
lifetime fee.
Everything's there.
But I don't know what my sisters would do with their Netflix accounts. Because everyone is on my Netflix and my Disney Plus. and
Supporting the
my-
family, man.
Yeah, and my Apple. So I
You
don't
got
know what
one,
they'd- I don't know- I don't
another
know.
show, Tez.
Yeah, it's like the Thanos rings, isn't it? It's like the
That's
Infinity
4.
Stone.
That's it. You need the last one, the Infinity
Yeah.
Stone.
Now TV I have for movies as well.
Now TV for movies. Yeah.
You really need the stick, man.
Yeah, I do need this.
You'll save so much money.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Have you seen Luther?
Yeah,
What do you think of Luther?
fine. It's fine. I think Luther. I tell you what I think is better than Luther.
Go.
Happy Valley.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Happy what?
Happy Valley. It's a crime drama set in the north.
Is that your 5th show?
In Yorkshire. It's not my 5th show, but Happy Valley is elite. British
Okay.
wise,
Okay.
British
Happy Valley's
elite, British elite.
Sherlock's elite.
Sherlock's very
Sherlock,
good.
yeah.
Sherlock's
very
elite.
Okay,
good.
yeah. Yeah. Sherlock's elite.
Is that in your top 5?
I don't think Peaky Blinders is elite.
What?
I don't think it's elite.
Nah,
I think
Peaky's
very good.
spectacular,
I think it's
spectacular.
very, very good. I don't think it's elite though.
No, I loved it. It's the only good show to come out of Birmingham except for Man Like Mobeen. see, caught it.
Rescued it there.
Whoa, good save there.
And then my fifth one, and this is probably slightly controversial, is you might not have seen this though. Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, Nickelodeon?
No,
cartoon?
but I've seen a lot of it on Netflix all the time. It pops up.
Fucking love that show, bro. I love that.
What's
show.
it about?
Recommendations, then.
So it's set in a sort of alternate world where certain people within, so there's 4 main races. There's a Fire Nation, Earth Nation, Water Nation, and Air Nation. And within those, and across the globe, and they're all kind of Eastern. So the Air Nation are Buddhists. The Fire Nation are very Japanese, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Earth Nation are very like Middle Asia or South Asia, and then the Water Tribe are kind of Inuit
Okay.
sort of background, and then within each tribes or within each peoples, there are a group of people with powers that can control that element. So say the four of us were Earth tribe or whatever, there might be one of us or 2 of us that could control the element Earth, so we could like move rocks or like use them as weapons and stuff. And then there's one person on Earth who can control all 4, and that person is the Avatar.
Ooh.
And when he dies, he's reincarnated into someone else.
Okay.
The Avatar spirit is reincarnated to someone else, and it moves tribes every single cycle.
Okay.
So it'll go from at the moment
Earth person to a fire person to a water person.
Yes. So at the start of Avatar: The Last Airbender, there is no Avatar. The Avatar's been missing for 100 years,
So they're waiting for the.
and the Fire Nation have used that gap to like attack the world basically and try and take over the whole world. And so everyone is in resistance against the Fire Nation, and then the Avatar appears as a
To save the day.
as a 10-year-old boy
okay.
who's been, and this is episode 1, so it's not like it's spoiling
Yeah.
anything. So as a 10-year-old boy who has been stuck in an iceberg for 100 years, because he was basically told the night he was told that he was the Avatar, he's 10 years old. He was like, I can't. This is too much pressure for me. He jumped on his air bison, which is a flying bison, and he took off. Probably was going to come back,
Of course.
but he got caught up in a storm. When I think his bison ended up going down into the ocean, they got stuck in an iceberg, and no one could find him for 100 years. No one found him, and so the Fire Nation used that gap to just like attack.
Fucking hell. You know what? It sounds alright, to be
Bro,
fair.
it's good, man. It's really
Recommendation.
You're selling it to me. All right, you know
really,
what? I'll
really
bump that on top of the list.
good. But the Netflix live action series, because the movie was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. So
Oh,
I'm not Shyamalan did a movie,
Okay.
which was so bad. But Netflix's live action series of that show is coming out tomorrow. Well, it might not be tomorrow.
heard it here
You are
first.
schooled with
It might not be
all
listening
this
to
stuff, man. You were
But yeah,
ready
bro,
for it.
I'm a big
You're
TV
sitting there ready.
film nerd. Yeah.
Sure.
What about series cheating?
No, I can't do that.
You can't do it?
I'm
So when you're away on the road-
yeah, I don't.
when you're on the road for 10 days-
because I've so much stuff to watch, and there's stuff that I watch that she doesn't.
That
watch.
she doesn't wanna watch. You
Like
save
the
it.
Like the Marvel TV shows, she has no real interest in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I'll use it to catch up on that. And there's some stuff that I'm on like series 6 of,
Yeah.
or even series 2, 3 of that I was watching before we met and stuff. So I'll just use the opportunity
That
to catch
excuse.
up on that stuff.
Pre-marriage stuff.
Pre-marriage.
That's fine.
Yeah, the pre-match stuff that I used to watch.
Yeah.
So I'll just use it as an excuse to catch up with that stuff. Yeah. But I love my TV and film.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Go on, Katt.
We're going to segue a little bit here now, Tez. We're going to go into comedy as an art. So on a couple of other pods, you've mentioned this thing about how you perceive there are certain people who are what we call made men.
Yeah.
Schultz, Guz,
Yeah.
other people. And you've said you're kind of getting there,
Yeah.
right? What needs to happen in obviously your opinion, for you to be, when will you feel like you're there? What's that?
I think there's different levels. There's kind of being a made man in the media landscape.
Yeah.
So you're the guy they're thinking of and calling for any Tom, Dick and Harry TV show. So any new TV show. So you know the sort of comedy shows we have in the UK. There are certain comics that you are definitely going to see them on that. So if there's a new TV format on, say there's a new ITV comedy format panel show, right?
Yeah.
You definitely know at some point in that series you're going to see Ramesh on there.
Yeah,
You're
that's what I'm
definitely going to
thinking,
see Rob Beckett on there.
Those two
You're
together,
definitely
yeah.
going to see, there's a few of the names I could reel off that you're definitely going to see at some point.
Staples.
Pop up. Staples.
Put it this way, I can guess who's going to be on the Big Fat Quiz of the Year every year based
Right.
on who's hot
Yes.
that year.
Yes.
I know that Mo was going to be on it.
Yeah.
I know X,
So
Y,
I'll
and
say
Z's
certain
going to
people, if you
happen.
get to that level, you're a made man. They're gonna call your number and they're gonna say, "Oh, you're available. We've got a new thing going on. We'd love you to be on it." And you get to be on every single one of the current already running
Established
established
Yeah.
TV shows and stuff.
Okay.
Or you get your own opportunity to make your own show, your own sitcom at some point, or your own format or whatever. Yeah. At that point, I would say you're a made man or made woman. Yeah,
Okay.
You're a made
Yeah.
guy, right? But then in terms of live, then I guess
Okay, two things. Yeah.
so that's one thing, and that can help you once you're a made man. I keep saying man, but you know.
But we
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would then allow you to, because you're so much in people's eyeballs.
Yeah.
When they go on tour, this is going to grow their social media following, and that which will help them sell tickets, which is ultimately the aim
game.
of all of this.
Okay,
That's the game.
Of course it is.
And then the other way to do it is, which is the Schultz way, is just via social
Just
media.
build your own thing.
and do your own thing.
Yeah.
And so Schultz made himself.
I'm his biggest fan. I watch all his stuff.
I think he's very, very, very good at what he does. Very, very talented.
Yeah.
I find him personally very funny, and comedy is subjective.
yeah.
Yep.
But the hustle I respect, bro.
Yeah.
What he's done,
Yeah.
and obviously surrounded by good people, and so that's a team. It's not him; it's a team.
Yeah,
But
he's very open about that.
Yeah, and he's at the forefront of it. He's the face of it.
Yeah.
It's a team, and what they've done is incredible. And the platform he's given to people is incredible, and I have so much respect for that. But he's like, to an extent, all comedians are self-made.
Yeah.
But once you get to the place where you're on the media a lot, that's when you're like, okay, you're a made person. They want you to succeed.
Okay.
And they've chosen you to succeed,
hang on.
and you've earned it. This is not like.
No, but
they
that's
don't
that's my
deserve it.
point. So that
It's
made
like-
man status.
Yeah.
If you had to say there's one variable, is it time in the game, or where's the element of, is it luck? They like you, like what is
A little bit of it is luck. A bit of it is luck, timing and stuff. So, example, if you're I don't want to play into this game, but if you're a straight white guy now in 2024,
Yeah.
It's tough for you.
it's going to be harder for you
Yeah.
to make it on TV. Just
'Cause there's a
you gotta
quota.
be the best
Yeah.
straight white guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be a mediocre white guy anymore and make it to TV.
Yeah.
Whereas you could probably be a mediocre something else and be given. That's not to say that you'll become a made person,
Yeah.
but you'd probably given more opportunities because, and for good reason, because you weren't given opportunities previously, or your type wasn't given opportunities previously. So now you're in the right time, right place. You're going to get those opportunities, and then whether you take them or not is then up to you, innit? Whether you're good enough or not. Whereas I think if you're a straight white guy,
Yeah.
like you've got to be the best straight white guy.
I have a point on that. Have you heard about Cat Williams and the stuff he was doing when he was going after Kevin Hart?
I didn't see. I kind of saw the stuff around it, but I didn't see the whole thing.
So essentially,
I know
he
said something about Steve Harvey, but I don't know what he said about
accused Kevin Hart of being an industry plant, basically, of saying the industry just brought him in and he got everything very quickly. Now, I don't know how true that is. There is some theories where it's like, well, Kevin was struggling for a while
20 years.
and he was doing well on the East Coast. Going to the West Coast is a different breed.
Yeah,
he goes
yeah,
to the
yeah.
West Coast and all of a sudden he's made it. And Katt's saying something's fishy there. It doesn't make sense. So when you say the industry pushes people that are known, I guess that there could be some basis to that theory.
But I would say like Kevin is undeniable. Like
Yeah.
Kevin's charm, whatever you might. I think Kevin Hart's hilarious, but like whether you think he is or isn't, is neither here nor there because enough people think he is,
Yeah.
and
He's beyond subjective.
it's not subjective in it. Like he's very talented,
Yeah.
very charismatic,
Yeah.
probably quite easy to work with. He seems it. I don't know for sure.
But from what we see-
you never know about these things. But
Yeah.
probably in the early days, especially, he would have been because he wouldn't have the star power that he has
Yeah.
now.
Bro, I remember him in Scary Movie 3, man. He was like a nobody.
Right.
He was like pushed
was.
around.
So,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
because so he hustled. So he did the
Yeah,
small
yeah.
parts.
Yeah, no
It's
one
not
knew
like
who he was.
He didn't come out of nowhere. Like he did the small parts and stuff. And at some point, people would have gone,
your
all right,
turn."
let's give him a go. And people have been given a go, and they don't get to those levels. Like Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence had opportunities.
He did.
And Martin Lawrence did good. He's done
Yeah,
great
yeah.
stuff, and I'm sure he's made a lot of money. And we don't shed any tears for Martin Lawrence because he had an amazing career.
Yeah.
But he didn't reach Kevin Hart levels.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Hart made movies that people enjoyed watching, and he did stand-up comedy that people enjoyed going to. Like,
Martin
no one-
also had like health issues though.
Well, okay.
He had loads of health issues.
Okay.
That's why he disappeared between Bad Boys 2 and 3 for years.
But like, no one's forcing people to buy Kevin Hart tickets.
True.
People
He
are
sells
going.
himself,
People
yeah.
are buying Kevin Hart tickets because they want to go see Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And those tickets aren't cheap.
So he's a brand.
So he's a
Very
brand, right? Like
expensive.
no one's forcing you to do that. So, like, he got maybe a stand-up special. I don't know how he got that, but people do get those. And people don't deserve them get them. People do deserve them get overlooked, but he got his, and it was a very, very good stand-up special. I thought it was brilliant. I thought his first stand-up special is his best stand-up special, and I think
Which
he
one?
deserved.
Laugh at my pain.
Yes. You know what? I don't even know.
Is it
I don't know
okay?
what I'm not good with names.
Which outfit is he wearing? Jeans?
It's
Is
the
he
one
wearing
where
like?
the mic's in the stand and he doesn't
Yeah.
take it out of the stand,
Yes. Yeah.
or the one where he talks about the ostrich, the
Yeah.
thing with the ring, 90 miles an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I love that.
That was good.
That whole show was brilliant. So some executive seen that performance somewhere and gone,
Push him.
he deserves a special.
Yeah.
That special smashed.
Well, like the Oscars, he was asked to host. Obviously, he didn't in the end.
Yeah, he did in the end.
But,
But,
they
like,
said
but
they
like,
thought of him as like,
yeah, exactly. But like, I don't think Kevin's an industry plant. There's no such thing because like, it wouldn't work if you were shit. It wouldn't work.
you get
What
fired.
about stealing jokes?
What about it?
Like, does that happen in the UK? I
Covering
know it
jokes.
happened in America. Clearly, it's been well documented. Joe Rogan, Carlos Mencia,
It
etc.
probably does happen to some degree everywhere. But then there are examples of like parallel thinking.
Parallel thinking is going to happen because we all have parallel things happen to us.
Yeah.
So
And we're all
everyone had a
consuming-
joke about COVID.
And we're all consuming the same media.
Yeah.
And we're all probably seeing the same.
You're all going to
memes.
have the same political view.
Yeah, and
It's
you're
different
all
takes, isn't
being
it?
inspired by the same kind of
Yeah.
things, and we're all being exposed to a lot of stuff that we're all seeing at the same time. So there will be examples of parallel thinking, and sometimes it can happen accidentally. Like your subconscious will see something, and years later or months later, you'll be like, oh, "That's a good idea," and you're not quite sure where it's come from, and so you just run with it. That can happen, but like joke stealing is like that should not happen.
Yeah.
like that's a
No.
big thing in our industry that you should not do.
Authentic
Don't steal other people's
material.
jokes. Be original, man. Like there are like things that you can be inspired by. It's like formats or like a setup.
Yep.
Like you could have a joke about whatever, right? And I could be like, that's an interesting thing. I wonder what my take on that subject is. And then I'll do my take on that subject.
and that's the original element.
Yeah. And then my original take on the
That.
idea that you originally had.
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as I'm not crossing over lines or punchlines.
not
or
plagiarizing.
Like that. Yeah. Like the first guy who did a knock joke, like what is he going to accuse everyone of stealing his knock joke? Because we've all got a variation of a knock joke.
Yeah.
It's true, man. Tez, there's one bit where you've said, I just want to check this is correct with you. For you, the GOAT is Chris Rock.
No.
It's not
This
Chris
is-
Rock.
This is Man United again. No, Chris Rock is one of the goals.
Did I
Okay.
say it? He said it.
I know. Not Chappelle for me.
He's
My
that guy.
bad.
He's that guy.
Got you.
Okay, so let's run with that
Chappelle-
now.
Chappelle's my GOAT.
Why is Chappelle the GOAT? Sub question to that. Delineate for us, what's the difference between a good comedian and a great comedian?
Ooh. Well, I mean, first of all, it's subjectivity, right? So,
Okay.
so I say Dave Chappelle, and there'll be people watching this going, I don't get it. I've tried watching him, and it's not for me. Do you know what I mean? And we're saying that's our guy, right? But there'll be half the people watching this there'll be some people watching this that have never heard of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there'll be some people watching this going, I tried that, and it wasn't for me. And there'll be other people watching it going, well, he's really offensive. I can't believe that you guys would even bring his name up.
Entertain that.
Comedian is, as you say, subjective.
I fucking
Sorry,
hate you.
But for
comedian,
you-
comedy.
Why Chappelle?
Several reasons. One, he's very true to his own voice. B, his fortune have allowed him the freedom to say what the fuck he wants on stage.
Uncensored.
When he
Uncensored.
walked away from that
which
50
is very,
mil,
which is very
that gave
inspiring.
him the chance to do it.
Yeah, because you're like, oh man, I wish I could do that. I wish I didn't have a mortgage. I wish I could be that reckless.
You talk about staying in your lane about these things as well.
Yeah. And it's like, and it's just very inspiring. And the fact that, and also just his comedy as well, just certain turns of phrases, certain stage habits or whatever. The thing where he laughs at his own jokes, I find very endearing.
I like
and
that.
other people might find that annoying, but I find it very endearing. I find that very funny. And yeah, man, he's just he doesn't shy away from certain topics and subjects, and there are things that, don't get me wrong, I don't enjoy every single routine that Dave Chappelle's ever done.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's if that's your favorite comedian, you can name any comedian and you wouldn't enjoy every single. I'm sure people who are fans of mine won't enjoy everything I've done equally.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't make
That's
any
not really
sense.
possible.
Yeah.
And within any art form that we enjoy, take a TV show for example, take a TV series for example, take a Game of Thrones season 3, one of the best series of television of all time. not all 10 episodes were 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
They tend to put the last ones as the best.
And they can't be 10 out of 10 because that's
what makes it 10 out of 10.
You have to tell a story, and sometimes the storytelling is going to be a bit slow, and you need to take time to breathe, and all those things will make the hard hitting things mean more meaningful. And so you get, and otherwise you're watching Fast and the Furious. And
Fast 10.
That's it.
Which is great in its own way, but it's not art.
But it's not art.
So if you want art, if you want great art, you've got to realize there'll be some things that you don't enjoy.
But that's part
because when boundaries get pushed, and you enjoy a guy pushing boundaries,
you have to let them.
But when he doesn't push his boundaries that are sacred to you, you can't.
You don't care.
You can't then be like, well, fuck this guy. Because you're like, well, he enjoyed it when he was pushing boundaries about other things that other people cared about.
But when it comes to the things that you care about,
when he's pushing your boundaries, suddenly you're like, fuck that guy. You cannot enjoy it, and that's fine. You can be like, you know what, that bit ain't for me. I went to watch the Book of Mormon with a few friends of mine.
Love it.
And I love the Book of Mormon.
Stitches. We actually saw that together. The
Book of Mormon is very I'm a believer. I'm a believer in God and the same God that the Christians believe in. And Book of Mormon is a very blasphemous play. It's hilarious. It's amazingly well written, amazingly well acted, produced. All of that is amazing. But there are elements of it when I was watching it that made me uncomfortable watching it. But when I came out of it, I was like, that is the best show I've ever seen in my life.
Pushed. Those boundaries.
It was art, man. And art will make you uncomfortable sometimes. But that doesn't mean that you throw the whole thing away. You cannot engage with the things that the bits of it you don't like, you cannot engage with and not throw the whole thing away. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Okay. On that point then, Tez, so what I feel when I watch great comedians is this ability, so like with Dave, storytelling ability, number one, and weaving in kind of what they really are passionate about and believe within that. So you got the humor, but then you have these serious bits. Now for me, when I watch your stuff, there's a lot of stuff where you openly and very well, I think, challenge Islamophobia. Is that part of has that been very intentional from the start? Is that something you want to keep doing? Is that part of your legacy? Why is that important to you?
It was very important to me at the time because I thought, state of the country and the sort of discourse in the country around Muslims, and you guys will have seen it. You guys might have been subjected to some of it as yourselves. Because of the way you look.
We get called the P word, man.
All the time, man.
Random
I've been called a packy bare times. I'm like, okay.
You guys are Muslim adjacent.
Exactly.
Like, aesthetically.
It is what it is.
So you guys know the state of the discourse in this country and stuff. And such was coming up and going to the Edinburgh Fringe and being inspired by some of the shows written there. I was like, I want to do some of that. And I did that at the time. I wrote three shows that tackled that subject. I did Test Talks, I did Made in Britain, and I did Testify, which tackled those issues. But now I'm kind of like, I've done that. And that's not going to be an issue that's ever going to go away necessarily. But I'm kind of in the phase of my life now and my career and my art form where I just want to make people laugh.
Okay, let's run with this. So that thing about, because we've got a section on this about what it means to be a Muslim, British Muslim in 2024. Do you still feel that it's a personal responsibility, or are you saying, if I turn up and be authentic Tez, then people are seeing, well, this is what a Muslim is?
Yeah, and I think it's that, and I think it's putting that stuff more and more into the subtext instead of making the show about that.
Got it. So weaving it in.
Sure. So there's a golden rule in TV, good TV, which is show, don't tell. Like as soon as the TV show is telling you something and not showing you something, that's
you switch off.
That's bad, right?
So give me an example.
I'll give you an example. So say a TV show starts, right, and you walk into my room. You walk into the room, and I'm like, oh, there he is, my brother. That's bad writing.
Right.
Because you're saying what it is.
Because I'm telling the audience, this guy's my brother, and I need you to know that. But you can do the same thing by showing it instead of telling it.
And let the audience piece it together.
You could come in and be like, you've not answered the phone, Mum's been calling you for ages. And that would tell you that you're my brother.
You have to let the audience
that's better writing than, he is my brother, everyone. And it wouldn't be that obvious, innit?
He's behind you.
But you do it in that sort of way, right?
Pantomime,
My brother, where have you been? And there's certain, obviously, if you're writing a show that was set in historic times, people might have spoken like that.
Yes,
so there's a bit of license. It's not just black and white as that. Because you might, in Viking times, you might have said, my brother, he is from his conquest, in a way that people spoke at the time. That's authentic to that time. But if you were making a show set in 2024, another thing is, like, in real life, we will never say each other's names.
Correct. We just speak, right?
Yeah. You will never say, Indy, tell me about the thing. Or you never say,
you just start the sentence.
Tez, now let me ask you a question. You just start a sentence, right? And so that's bad writing as well. As soon as someone's saying someone's name on a TV show, unless it's for a good reason, that's bad writing. Show, don't tell.
Show, don't tell, man. You should take notes of that. I like that.
Okay, don't tell me.
So I want
That's
to be
really good.
more into the short, don't tell in my comedy.
But the message is still...
Comedy is a bit of short and tell.
It is.
Yes.
Because
This happened to me.
You're literally speaking.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of... Is a problem? Is it one of the problems, issues I had with the Bobby film? Not that the Bobby film wasn't for me. It wasn't made for me.
Right.
But I still went to watch it, and it's a free world. I can talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's a film that I enjoyed.
Okay.
And I thought it was very well made, very well produced, very well acted, very impressive in many respects. I didn't love the story though, and part of the reason is because it wore its politics on its sleeve, which some people will have enjoyed it because of that reason. For that reason, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I love stuff where the stuff you want to tell people is in the subtext.
So it's deeper.
The hidden meaning.
Like when you're watching Oppenheimer, it didn't tell me what to think.
No.
It didn't say to me, this was bad.
Yeah.
Look
But
how
you
many
can
people
fucking tell
died.
what happened.
Or it didn't say to me, this was justified because of what happened in the Holocaust. And therefore, if you think it was bad, then you think the Holocaust was good. It was ambiguous. It let me make my own... and there's a very different types of movies doing very different types of things. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But I like art where I kind of have to work... Let me do a little bit of working out of what I think. Rather than... Have you seen the new Candyman?
No.
No.
Candyman was a
scary thing.
was a horror film, and the original Candyman is amazing. The new Candyman, it's kind of not a remake,
Okay.
but a soft reboot, which is also it had very good bits in it. But the original Candyman, like if you watched it properly, you'd be like, oh, racism. Okay, right.
Yeah, that's what it
Okay,
is.
okay, that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Whereas you watch the new one, and they'll tell you it's racism.
Right.
And I'm like,
sure, not tell
and I'm
again.
like,
You don't have to tell me.
you have to tell me. Like, I can work this out.
Yeah.
So on that point, then, so
Especially in a post BLM world where we're all more aware of these biases
Yeah.
and the things that happen. I feel like you could have left some of this in the subtext. Like, Get Out was genius, bro.
yes.
Because at no point, because the whole time you saw how uncomfortable he was.
You're like, what is happening?
He didn't have to say.
I was uncomfortable.
He didn't have to say.
Those tears when they're coming out.
Yeah, he
You're
didn't
like,
have to
oh my
say, this is racist.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, I think this is racist, everyone. He didn't have to say that. Because it was...
You felt it.
You felt it. You felt they showed it to you.
Yeah.
Genius movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
I love that film, man.
So on that then, Tez, so you said your art form is you want to basically make people laugh. That's what you said a
Yes.
couple of minutes ago. So
Primary, I want to make people laugh. And if they get something else out of it, great.
we're at your show now. Take it. We're on the front row.
Yeah.
We're clearly having a good time.
Yeah.
You can see we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Tell me how that feels when you're on stage and that's happening.
Fucking wicked, bro.
Fucking mother.
Wicked,
innit?
man.
Wicked, bro.
Is that...
That's the dragon. That's the dragon we're chasing.
Okay.
Some people chase that dragon through drugs. You chase it through on
That's
stage.
your- that's your
on
nasha.
stage.
That's the nasha. That's the high. That's why we
Yeah.
do it. That's the ego. That's the nafs. And there's negatives that come with that,
Okay.
of course. But ultimately, it's my job. And when I'm doing my job well
Yeah, you're in flow.
and properly,
Yeah.
everyone knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flow state.
Because the
Feel it.
whole room knows
Yeah.
that this guy's doing his job well.
Yeah.
And you know that they know, and they know that you know. And that symbiotic relationship between audience and performer
It's beautiful.
stand-up is one of the truest art forms because it's in the moment. Like if I'm doing a play and a series play, a Shakespeare or something, I don't know how well this is being received until the end of the show.
When they give you a standing O or not.
Or the reviews or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you're making a film, like for example, when we're making Man Like Mobeen, felt fun. When we're making it, it was back.
But there's no live reaction.
But we
right?
don't know how good it is. We and also we are at the mercy of the editors as well.
Yeah.
The editing and the directing at the end of all this. Once we've done our lines.
Did you or Gus have any input into the editing?
Gus did because it's his show.
Yeah.
But once I've done my lines and all that, had them until next time. Yeah. So it felt good though. It was fun. I mean, like you felt like you had something.
But no feedback
But
instantly.
But no instant feedback. Or people there are laughing, but then once you do the same take, the third time they're not laughing.
Yeah.
And then 15 times later, you're like, I don't even know if this is.
You don't even
anymore.
feel it anymore either.
Yeah. But you got to trust the process. And now that I've been through it, I can trust the process because at the beginning, no drama school background, no acting training. I was like,
am I doing good or not? I don't know.
I'm a comedian. I need
me
you
something.
to tell me that I'm doing a good job. And the producers of that show were great because they did tell us when they thought it was great and stuff. We did have that sort of gratification, which is good. But no, man, stand up, instantly whether it's going good, bad, or mediocre. you know.
Immediately. You can feel it.
In the moment, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And even joke to joke, you know. So you
Yeah.
could be doing a show that's killing it, and then one bit just doesn't land.
Indian Jones.
Yeah, Indian Jones.
Dig
and
deep.
then and then you do that bit that doesn't
Explain
land.
Indian Jones because not everyone gets it.
Oh, so I have a very so years ago I wrote a very because I don't really write jokes. Comedians don't write jokes. Comedians write routines, right? We don't write. Some comedians write jokes like Jimmy Carr and stuff, but we don't write. I don't write jokes. I write routines and stories and stuff. But now and again, a flash of inspiration will come to me, and I will write an actual joke.
Yep.
Do you know hear one that I wrote not too long ago? Have you heard about that new Indian AI?
No.
It's called I. They laughed, didn't it? And you're laughing, listening to this as well. So it's funny. It's a dad
Even
joke.
Suck's laughing, man.
It's a proper dad joke, and I
But
wrote
this-
that,
but
and I'm
it's
very proud of it
the
because
delivery in it.
I don't often write jokes.
Yeah.
And I once actually I didn't even write the joke. It happened in real life. I was wearing a hat with a friend once, and he goes to me, "Why are you trying to dress like Indiana Jones?" And I was like, "No, it's Indian Jones." And we just started laughing because it made me laugh so much, right? And then he went years after that, not years, but like a few years after that, when I started doing stand up, I was like, "Is there a joke there?" And I was like, "Yeah, what would you call an Asian archaeologist?" Indian Jones. And then I was using this joke, and it never used to get much of a laugh, but I enjoyed doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And there's one time, it genuinely happened, and one time I was at a gig.
Walsall?
You're
in Walsall?
I was in Walsall.
His ends.
I was in Walsall. Full G.O.A.T audience. I was playing a rugby club or something.
Oh
'Cause
shit!
that's
You were next to my house, man.
Was it?
Next time you come Walsall, you come have a roti.
Inshallah.
Done, man.
Done. And I was there, and I did the joke, and I don't know whether someone had heard a variation of this joke before, because it's not a joke that you think no one else could have ever come up with.
Yeah.
But this G.O.A.T was very quick though.
Oh, it was a G.O.A.T game,
Yeah, it was a G.O.A.T.
Oh,
bro.
shit! I thought it was
Bro.
opera. I thought it was an
No,
Asian
it was
guy.
a G.O.A.T, which makes it funnier, I think.
Yeah.
It was a G.O.A.T at the back of the room, and he just went dig deep, and the whole room started creasing, and I was like,
You motherfucker.
like,
That's better than my
I was like,
joke.
that's better than my joke though. So now I tell that story on stage,
Smart.
and the dig deep bit gets such a big laugh, but I'm like, it's
It hurts you that it
it's
wasn't
a gift,
yours.
though. It's a gift. It was a gift that he gave me.
But it's a lived experience.
Yeah. It was my lived experience, and
Yeah.
it was a gift.
Yes.
Partly I was like, thank you, because that's made the joke. Actually, that's complete the joke.
Yeah.
Because actually, I didn't know this, but I only had half a joke.
Okay.
When I read that, what I thought was a full joke was actually only half a joke.
And then that came.
you finished that. for me.
You taking it off.
Thank you very much.
Smart.
The TED talk you did.
Oh yeah.
Right. You opened up now with this stat about most people in Britain have this perception of what it means to be Muslim.
Yeah.
Right.
Remind me what I said because it was so long ago.
You had a stat, and it was a percentage basically. There was a poll that was taken.
How many percentage of the country do you think are Muslims?
Have a negative perception of a Muslim.
All right, okay.
But something that is very to the point, right?
Yeah.
And there's a couple of things I was thinking about when we were preparing for this. So, to the average person, if they're asked about what do you associate with Islam, like for example, I have friends now who they asked me once, and like this is how, sometimes it's not switched on. They think we're all the same. So the expression Allahu Akbar means God is great. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Tika, right? That's correct.
10 points to Hufflepuff.
Gryffindor Munaya.
Slytherin, bro. I said that's Slytherin.
Are you Slytherin?
I'm Slytherin. My wife told me she's like,
Gang.
she's like, you're not.
Gang.
You think you're Gryffindor, but you're not. You're Slytherin.
No, Gryffindor's boring.
Boring, man.
Asli.
Real ones are in Slytherin.
See what I mean?
You look at the side point here, but if you look at the values on Wikipedia of the houses, everyone thinks that Slytherin's evil.
No,
you look
no.
at the values
It's
for
cunning.
Slytherin. No, it's resourceful. It's creative. I was like, man, I have all these things. Like Gryffindor is just like,
Goody
ha,
goody.
Vibes.
goody. Ha, ha.
Everything perfect.
Ah,
Vibes.
Slytherin's where it's supposed to be, man.
Hermione was a Slytherin.
You reckon?
Yeah, she's clever, resourceful, crafty.
Only crafty when Harry told her to be crafty. Otherwise, she was a goody two shoes.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
But she was like, the fate of the world's at stake. I need to
But
be
when,
goody
it, but,
two
when,
shoes.
but when it came to it, bro, she clutch.
Oh, every
Hermione
time came
was
clutch. More clutch than Michael Jordan, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, she's clutch.
Fuck 6-0. She was
Yeah,
10-0.
yeah,
All right.
So come back to the TED Talk, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, Harry
go on.
Potter. So that phrase is a good thing, saying that God is great. But I know some of my friends, they'll say, oh, because they've heard that phrase associated with, terrorists or whatever, they're like, oh, that's a really bad phrase. And a lot of people have this perception that, like you talked about Islamophobia, it's such a bad, just bad. It's religion based on jihad and bad and all this stuff. As a British Muslim, 2024, what are the current struggles? What you've obviously, like you said, you've done a couple of shows which are kind of trying to answer this question. So from then to now, what has changed, do you think? And what's the responsibility of brand creators, to put a more balanced view out there?
Fucking fully loaded question, that man.
It's worse,
If
bro.
we're not both, we're not going to ask.
No, it's
Yeah,
worse.
no. It's good. It's good.
It's
It's good.
worse, bro.
Okay, tell me
It's
how.
worse,
How
man.
so?
I felt like our concerns were at least listened to and respected. Like a few years ago, back when I was first writing these shows, like 10 years ago I'm talking about, like pre-Brexit, let's say.
Yeah. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah.
There's definitely a pre-Brexit, post-Brexit thing.
But there's also a flipping government from Labour to Conservative, which also had
happened
an
in 2010. But then I felt like our entire country peaked in 2012 at the Olympics.
Okay.
Like that was
the most unified country.
Unification, coming together, the celebration of multiculturalism.
The ceremony was ace, man.
The ceremony, and no one had a single bad word to say about any aspect of the Olympics, apart from like a lot of left-wing people who talked about the waste of resources and stuff. But that's mainstream-wise. No one had a bad word to say about the Olympics, right?
James Bond on one side, Bangla dancers the other side.
Boy, it was
what else
incredible, celebrating the NHS,
Yeah.
celebrating the immigration contribution to this country. Bro, it was on point, man, from A to Z. Right? I loved it. Crime actually dropped in London during the Olympics.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Do you reckon it's because of the more police presence?
I worked at the Home Office at the time, working on the Olympics. I was literally in the thick of it at the time. And then, I don't know, bro. People get angry. So a similar thing happened in France, where France won the World Cup in '98.
Yeah.
They won the Euros in 2000 with the most diverse football team. And they carried that on France. Even the France football team is probably more diverse than it was in '98. But the most diverse football team that's ever played football, right?
Yeah.
Like France have the most diverse football team of any national team in regardless. And that was the same in '98 and the same now. And you got a couple of others catching up, like Switzerland and Netherlands and England and stuff. But '98, that France team, Zidane, Jokayev, all that, right? Lilian Thuram, all that man, yeah. Marcel Desailly, just being a nerd now.
Desailly, I remember.
I'm just Trezeguet, I'm just being a nerd now, right? Zinedine Zidane, Henry.
Henry, come on, man. How are you going to miss out Henry?
Yeah. They're all there, yeah. And then they won Euro 2000. So back to back, they won the World Cup Euro 2000. They never won anything before that. I think they'd won 1 Euros before that. Now they've gone back to back. These motherfuckers in 2001 put the French National Front, the Front National, they literally called Front National, second place in the election. And now Marie Le Pen, this is Marie Le Pen's father, who's more extreme than...
Right.
I think she's just extreme, but she's...
tamer.
Smarter. I think smarter at playing the game than he was. But he was a lot more like... overtly racist.
Yeah.
And right-wing and stuff. Bro, they put him in second place. And I was like confused in it because I'm like 18 at the time, don't really understand the political landscape that
But looking back now, you understand it.
I'm like, bro, how can these guys win the World Cup and Euro 2000 and then be like they wouldn't have won the World Cup without that, without any of that stuff. And that's when I realized like none of that fucking stuff matters. That Olympic stuff and Mo Farah and
for the moment,
bro, none of that shit matters. It's just sugarcoating. It feels nice. It's an It's a fruit, bro.
Look at England.
Exactly. Look
at England in the Euros. Look at football Saka, team. Sancho, Rashford. Exactly. Straight racism.
Look at our football team.
You are black, like bro, regardless.
And this country's true colours, I think, but at least some of it anyway, it showed itself during that Brexit vote, and then the world showed itself during the Trump thing. So I think since then, and then India's gone the same way as well with Modi as well. It's like
nationalism's on a rise,
bro. Like this nationalism is on the rise, bro, and it's like. What? No lessons have been learned from the 20th century. None. Or the wrong lessons have been learned. In the same way that people will watch Wolf of Wall Street and be like, Jordan.
Yeah, but he fucked up. I can do it better. That's what they're thinking.
You know what? That's my hero.
My guru.
That's my guy right there. I feel like in the same way people are looking at some of the atrocities of the 20th century and going, yeah, listen, I want to murder 6 million people in there. That's wrong. Obviously, we all know that's wrong, yeah. You shouldn't do that. But he's a strong leader, though, isn't he? Bro,
that's what people say. Man. Secretly, they're whispering it.
He's a strong leader, though, isn't he? A bit of that. Don't kill that many people.
Yeah.
But a bit of that. I wouldn't mind a bit of that, you know. Set these immigrants straight, send them back home and that. Don't kill them. Let's not be uncouth about it. But let them know who's in charge in that, bro. I think like 10 years ago, people would have listened to our concerns more closely. But we've basically become the boy who cried wolf.
We've done so much.
We've just cried Islamophobia too many times, and people don't. But without gaining any political capital, so people just don't care anymore. And if anything, they roll their eyes. It's become a meme. Islamophobia, well, whatever. It's not even racism. You're not a race. It's all this stuff, right?
Oh yeah, this bullshit.
It's all this stuff in it.
Yeah. You had that episode in Man like Mobeen like this. didn't you, as
Yeah,
well?
and you've seen like the way that Starmer has pivoted. Starmer, who 10 years ago was attending rallies and functions where people were calling for Israel to be kicked out of FIFA because this issue is not new. And he's there as a speaker, and now he's pivoted 180 and he's... Well, I can go into what happened today, but
because it's all playing politics at the end of the day to gain the vote, to do the majority.
And so our voice and whatever political capital that we thought we had in this country, we don't have any, bro. We don't have any.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's worse. And bro, the amount of people that I know personally who have left or / want to leave this country and go somewhere else,
Middle East,
that I don't think are better than this country, to be honest.
I keep hearing about Dubai, man. People
I hear about Dubai all the time, but
Saudi's next, from what I've heard.
They come with their own problems, bro. And I feel like sometimes there's a bit of hypocrisy in our communities where you're like, we kind of amplify the problems of this country, which are real and big and need to be amplified, but we ignore the problems of other countries.
Yeah. We see the nice parts.
Or because
we glorify the other countries and think it's going to be much better.
We be in a place of privilege.
That's it.
So
we're not the
Dubai,
local. Yeah.
When we go to
Zero
Dubai,
tax, this.
When we go to Dubai, we're in a place of privilege.
But there's still human rights abuses there.
We've got the red passport, or blue passport.
Black.
We've got the blue passport.
Yeah.
We've got, we have good jobs.
Yeah.
We live in a nice flat.
Yeah.
We love maids.
Safety,
and all that
knocker.
Sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But all of the people who are being abused in Dubai come from our country.
And because it's not our problem, we're like...
There are apne bande, Pakistani, Indian,
Bangladeshi,
Filipino.
All the hotels, everything running it. Yeah.
Bro, and
construction.
and I get that the problems in this country there's freedom of your religion in that country.
Yeah.
And you'll get your halal food everywhere, and you get your bum guns in every toilet in the country, which is
so good, man.
What a blessing that would be.
Install it.
What a blessing that would be, right? And a safety for everyone in the country, including your wives and sisters and mothers, to just be themselves and go out 2 in the morning for a walk, whatever time, because nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
Those are great things, but those countries aren't without problems. But then I guess it's what you end up valuing. Like you become, when you're young, you're very idealist. You want to change the world, right? And then as Maulana Rumi said,
Okay.
like when I was younger, what was the exact quote? He goes, when I was young, I was smart. I want to change the world. Now that I'm older, I'm wise. I want to change myself. So when you're younger, you want to change the world around you. But when you're older, you're kind of like, I just want to change my circumstances.
So you, as Tez now...
Now it's for the younger people to fight those battles.
Yeah.
So you 40 Tez, yeah?
Yeah.
So British, Muslim. For you, it's personal responsibility now. I do me. Is that the take?
Yes and no. I still feel a way about how our community is treated in this country, and the lack of political capital that we have really bothers me a lot. But at the same time, I'm a bit jaded.
Okay.
So having been through since 2001, 23 years, really in this country started in 2005, I'd say, but still, coming up to 20 years-ish, having been through that, I'm like, I just think it's time for like fresh faces and fresh energy in this fight, and who are a lot more, because I probably still have some of that, like, I think Bobby belong here, innit? That's what I'm mulka. We're British, innit?
I was born here.
Whereas I feel like they might need a slightly more radical approach.
In what
Which will
way?
come from the youth.
The young people are like, you listen, if they don't want us, if they feel like that we don't belong here, then, like, I don't know if we do then, innit? And that's a radical thing to hear. Like, maybe that's the step. I don't know, but I don't believe.
In fairness,
I don't believe that necessarily.
People are leaving. Sorry, people aren't coming. This is the other thing. So, for example, you can't bring over a dependent now if you're going to come over and be a care worker. That's archaic. However, if you're doing that and imposing that, how are you expected to attract good talent of people to come over here? You're not doing that.
There's this thing where they're like, oh, we only want the brightest and the best.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm like, to bastardize a Marilyn Monroe quote, if you don't want us at our taxi drivers, you don't deserve us at our brightest and best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very fair.
Take it all or don't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, all working class communities around the world have issues, have problems, have crime levels.
Yeah.
But to focus on the people's ethnicity and background and culture, as opposed to their circumstances, then that's what racism is. But what you got to realize is actually, don't focus on the ethnicities of criminals, focus on their social background, and you'll find that most crimes are committed by people, or most blue collar crimes are committed by people from the same social standing, not based on the color of their skin or their culture or their background.
Shit, man. I like that.
Okay.
Shall I jump onto
Now we do it. Yeah.
It's a bit of a pivot to go from that to Mobeen.
Drop some wisdom. Back to fun times.
Fun times,
Right.
man.
Okay. How many time?
How is it for
Not
you?
great.
Actually, you know what though? Someone on actually a question that I want to pose back to you guys. I was on Twitter the other day and I was talking about this sort of challenges that British Muslims face and stuff. And someone said to me, "Why don't Sikhs have this problem?"
We do.
And so this is what I said. I replied
the
back and
question,
said,
yeah.
"Have you spoken to them?"
Yeah.
And they went, "To be fair, I haven't."
Do you know what it is, Tez?
So, what's your similar question that you posed to me? What's your guys' view on it from both looking outside into my community and for your own community?
So I feel like if we've had Ofresh sit right there, his name's Umar, he's a DJ in America, right? Sat in that exact same seat, and he said, if we all group together, Muslims, Sikhs, Hindus, we could rule the world.
Yeah.
And I agree.
I feel like two of those will get on better than.
Sorry?
I feel like two of
Yeah,
those
of
will
course
get,
they
we know-
will.
we know
Of
which
course
two
they
get
will.
better on than the other.
Of course they will.
Punjabis,
but all he's saying is,
Without getting
if
too sectarian about it.
if
but
we
like-
united, we would dominate the world.
Yeah.
And he has a point.
Yeah.
Now, Sikhs, I feel like, are on the very peripheral of all of the problems because our voices aren't big enough to be heard. So you guys have a term which is Islamophobia. We don't get that for Sikhs.
yeah,
we just
yeah.
get
A
lumped in
Sikhophobia
as being
doesn't
like,
kind of
oh,
sound right.
you guys are
We get called
you guys are
Khalistani.
offshoots.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we get.
We get called what?
Khalistani.
Khalistani is the worst one.
This is the,
So
you
if
guys
you
want
express the
independent Punjab
one
and all
for a homeland for Sikhs, you're called a Khalistani.
In the same way
Or
Pakistan
you're
happened,
called a
India happened.
PKE, a pro-Khalistani extremist.
That's
Paki.
the term. Yeah, all that.
There you go.
Oh, EDL.
Yeah.
English, what was it?
English.
Desi lad.
Desi lad, yeah.
English Desi lad.
British National Pakistani.
Yeah, EDL.
Bam.
BNP.
There you go.
April 3rd. Farage's birthday. Mainu pata hai?
Bro, you watch the show, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling
Bro,
you, you know.
we do
Even
research, we do
you're
research,
jogging
man.
my memory. I'm like, oh yeah, Punishing Muslim Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Jogging
The
my
way
memory.
you covered that.
Thank you, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
like,
so-
no, you
But
really,
it's-
Making
perfect what you
light
did it.
out of something that was so
Bro,
crazy.
the
So
100,000
horrible.
points level, you weren't joking, like the torture rack thing.
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
who's
yeah.
got a torture rack at home. But
Yeah.
the idea that somebody wrote this on this thing, it's dark shit, man.
We don't have
But
enough
that was
of a
me
voice,
doing
Tez.
the sort of like, instead of me standing there and going, what the fuck, guys, come on, man.
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Like, this is what we're talking about. I made it into such a farce
Yeah.
because the thing was stupid in the first place. But at the same time, you're like, but that is real though.
It happened?
Like, this is funny what he's done, but that happened though.
Yeah, sure not tell.
Smart.
Yeah.
With going back to Sikhs, we don't have enough of a presence. We have one bug-wearing MP
Tan?
Yep.
who
Turned Desi.
fucked up recently,
Yeah, I saw that.
and a lot of Sikhs are like, "What you doing, bro?" Like, we're supposed to be the ones that fight for those that are victims
That's the
of
whole
injustice.
mantra, right? Fighting against injustice.
It's a big part of it, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you fucked up, but you had to play politics. And then I put myself in his shoes, and I'm thinking, if there's one thing I want you to stand on business, as they say.
Yeah.
Stand on fucking business.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Didn't do it, and I thought,
He's Slough, right?
yeah, Slough, and I'm like, that's a very Desi community. What are you doing? They're gonna turn their back on you if you piss them off enough. I know a bunch of constituents in Birmingham are gonna vote independent soon because they feel so wrong
happening
by
everywhere,
how
bro.
Labour have done them.
Yeah.
And they just think, well, they're always going to get it. I'm like, fuck you, man. You can't just sit here and think we're always going to back you if you're not going to voice our needs. Or,
But the thing as well is like taking that vote for granted and thinking that, well, there is an alternative for
what
them.
did you call it? The getting rid of the fleas off something?
Yeah, so someone put it to a Labour source apparently said
Yeah.
to a journalist when put to him that, or what do you think about these people abandoning the party over this issue? And he said, it's fine, we're shaking off the fleas.
Fucking horrible.
Innit?
What an analogy,
What
man.
phrase? What phrase?
And I'm like, right, we'll flee then.
Yeah. Might as well.
What's your view in terms of how we're perceived in this country? Because I think we get not a rough deal, but we just don't have enough of a presence.
Yes, I don't know. I think when I view Sikhs now, Sikhs are very
Sikhs or Sikhs, Karan?
Sikhs.
People get very upset about
Okay, that happened today as well. Sikhs are very taraqi minded. Taraqi meaning progression. So I think now a lot of the people I know are about how do I progress personally in life, and these kind of community-based cultural issues. For example, what's happening in Punjab now, the protests is starting up again for the farmers. People here are like, why do we care now? We don't live there anymore. We haven't got family there anymore. Everyone's has become, how do I progress? How do my kids go to private schools? How do we have better businesses? And
That's the Sikhs that I know. But you know obviously a lot more than I do.
No,
It depends on the class though of Sikhs, because there's a sect in Birmingham that are very middle class. But then the further north you go, you're going to find the more working class that maybe won't hold the same values as what you're saying.
Okay.
So it just depends on the communities you roll in.
Yeah.
Which is like that everywhere. With...
I mean, class is a bigger indication of your values than
I feel like
sometimes your background.
Yes. Yeah. That's a fair point. I've seen that. That's been my experience.
The bit that's bothered me about how Sikhs are treated is that it's known that the UK government conspired in what happened in 1984 in Amritsar, and it's been kept under wraps every few years. They keep putting it under wraps. They won't release the information. So we're thinking something there that you're not fucking telling us, which means you co-conspired with the genocide. Why won't you just tell us? Why wouldn't you apologize for any of that stuff? Why wouldn't you just show it? And that bothers me because we haven't got enough of a presence. We're never going to be told that. We're like bottom of the barrel in terms of priorities of minorities.
Numbers, you don't have the numbers.
We haven't got strength in numbers. We haven't. And that's something we just have to live with. Which is why if we all unite and back each other's cause, could be good. But a lot of it goes back to like, there are some Sikhs that hate Muslims.
Yeah.
And I've got loads of Muslim mates and I'm like, I don't want that. I want my kid to grow up and be around all brown people and love all of them as much as they can.
I've got a story for you. So my great-granddad, so my mum's granddad, my nanny's dad.
Yeah.
Nanny's dad. Okay, yeah.
So this is Pakistan. He was obviously born pre-World War II and pre-partition and all that.
Pre-partition,
Right? So he grew up in
Punjab.
Punjab. He grew up in Punjab, not in India. Punjab. He grew up in
Yeah.
Punjab. And the same village he died in. Lived there his whole life. And there's a story. He didn't tell me the story, but I got told the story secondhand. So I think he was telling the story to his grandkids or someone. And I got told the story via someone else. So he was telling the story about his best mate growing up was a Sikh.
Okay.
When I say Punjabi, I mean, because we're Punjabi as well.
Yeah.
But it was a Sikh lad. And in 1945, him and his family left. And every Sikh in the village left.
Yeah.
To go across the border.
Yeah.
And, this guy's this boy. And he's like, and my granddad was like, just when you get there, just write to me in it. Just let me know that you arrived safe.
Safely.
Never wrote to him.
Never wrote to him.
So you don't know in it.
If you made it.
Probably he's either thinking something happened to him or that broke his heart that his view changed and he's thinking, well, I've got to be in my community
I
now.
think
and
he
can't
was
mix
of the
anymore.
view that he didn't make it.
You reckon?
But he has no evidence for that, one way or the other.
Because a lot of people died in that scene.
And it could be that he wrote letters at the beginning and maybe the postal service wasn't, at the beginning when there was still, before Gandhi intervened.
Yeah.
Maybe letters weren't getting across.
Yeah,
I'd love to think that he made it.
He's a bit sus.
And he lived a full life. Oh yeah, of course. But there are moments, there are things that he did which were good.
Yeah.
And there are things that he did which
I
weren't
see
good.
that.
So it's
Which is like with most people.
which
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I think there's become a habit, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, where we just started judging everyone on their worst things that they did.
Yes. And
Yeah, but
know
that
the
was a
good.
pretty bad thing that he did, bro.
There were things that I did which were awful, and then you're like, then he also did this, and this, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, he's a complicated guy, same as these lots here in Churchill.
But you ignore the good.
Which
is what you're saying.
they don't want to acknowledge at all.
Yeah.
Mad racist though.
Yeah, of
He had
course.
racism on lock.
Of course.
Yeah.
Permissible racism. That's what it was. It was in fashion.
Yeah.
It was allowed.
He had that witty,
You can say
he had that
things.
witty racism.
Yeah.
The Boris racism.
Yeah, the witty, like,
Oh yes.
what a lad.
What did Boris
What a
do? He
lad.
came to Godora. He had that orange pug on, which like completely like
Sitting there
bingo.
talking about sharab.
Oh, he's like, yeah, Sikhs, you know, whiskey, yeah.
And
Yeah, so
some
when my friend
auntie in there flips. She's like, excuse me, what are you doing talking about this in the
Godora
Gurdwara?
So when my friend told me that Sikhs aren't allowed to drink alcohol.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not. Yeah. What do you say we are?
No, we aren't.
Oh,
Oh,
aren't.
yeah, we aren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, huh?
Punjabi.
What?
The Punjabi is what
Punjabi
overtakes that.
permits it.
Right, okay.
We aren't supposed to eat meat.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it's the same. Yeah.
okay.
No. Yeah, don't go down there. Don't go down there. If you're baptized Sikh, no meat, no sharab, no cigarettes, nothing.
Okay.
But Punjabis love sharab and meat.
Sure.
And most Sikhs are Punjabis. So there's that cultural.
Yeah.
So there's a cultural mismatch there where you pick and choose.
Yeah.
To put
But
it
most
nicely.
people think that. My consultant
No,
first
that's what I
job.
thought. That's what I thought. And then there's a comedian, Preet
Preet
Singh
Singh.
from Reading.
Oh, he's
Yes.
been on our podcast?
Oh
No, Dumman. We had Dumman. Not,
Allah, you've been racist.
not
You're the
Preet.
Preet.
There's
You
two.
were-
He's talking about Preets in comedy.
Allah, you're racist against
We
Sikhs.
got another Preet, man. Fake Preet.
Listen, there's a
more
lot.
than
There's a
one Sikh
Nuck-
guy.
there's a lot of Preets. There's a lot of
There's
Preets.
more than one Sikh.
We know how many? We know two. We know
Comedian
two
guys.
Preets.
There's a lot of Preets.
Preet Singh from
Okay.
Reading.
He opened for Akash Singh when he was here a couple
That
months
Preet.
ago.
That
That
Preet.
Preet.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was having a conversation with him. And I feel like it was something that I did know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when he confirmed it to me, I was like, huh. Okay.
But most Sikhs that you know.
Yeah, yeah,
grew up in
yeah,
that
yeah.
big world.
That's supposed to, but
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I mean, a lot of Muslims drink as well, but I guess as a percentage, probably less.
probably.
Probably. But then in Lahore and that, who knows?
Lord, you know. Sit
All
down,
right,
Ram,
time
Ram.
wise, I'm going to jump to quick fire questions, man.
No. One sec. Before we get to that, this has got to be asked.
Go on.
Man like Mobeen, man.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we didn't get to that.
Okay, go on, quick.
Who is the genius behind Uncle Shady, man? Like, come on. That dude. Who's writing his lines, man? Tell me he's writing his own lines.
No. Goes is writing the lines.
Uncle Shady.
Mark, not his real name. So Mark Silcox, this lovely, adorable uncle,
Oh.
comedy genius.
Genius, bro.
Comedy genius.
It's not an act, though, isn't it? Is it? Because he's kind of like
This
that.
carpet
He is
is
kind of like
racistly
that.
white.
Yeah.
He is kind of like that a bit. But no, those rhymes. But he will say anything
Yeah.
that you tell him to say. So if you're like, what your tits, man?
In Mobeen.
She want to do the
Mobeen,
sex with
you and
me.
your tits
Linda.
come over here. You just say him to say it, he'll say it.
Yeah.
In that beautiful deadpan Indian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and your tits come here. It's brilliant.
Sure.
And you should go see him do stand up.
Yeah, I didn't know he was on
My
the
brother
circuit.
saw him in Fringe do it, and he was in stitches
Bro,
because
'cause
he did like a whole like slideshow of like this
Yeah.
is how to be a stand-up.
So he's what do you call alternative comedian.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's not there telling you jokes to laugh at.
Yeah.
He's just
But
delivering.
what he's doing
Yeah.
is mad. And if you're in tune with it, it's hilarious.
Would you say it's kind of in between two ferns kind of vibe, like that
Yeah,
kind
ish,
of
ish.
Exactly
really
like
But
uncomfortable?
alternative,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
alternative comedy. If you go to the Fringe this year, come to the Fringe actually because I'm going to be there as well.
I'd love to, but
Um,
it's expensive,
it's
bro.
expensive, it
It's
is.
incredibly
You're right,
expensive.
it is. You're right.
My brother will come and see you though.
Okay, cool.
He'll shout you. He goes every year.
But like, yeah, the alternative scene or watching alternative comedy, you can see some of the stuff in London as well.
Yeah.
You're in the right place. There's some mad shit on the alternative circuit.
Yeah.
Like stuff that you're like, if you don't get it, you're like,
What the fuck is this?
fuck am I watching?
Yeah. It doesn't make
If
sense.
you do get it, brilliant.
Genius.
Yeah. My favorite comedy is either the best of the best,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
or wacky weird stuff.
Wacky weird stuff. Okay.
Anything that is just like, oh yeah, that's good. That I'm kind of like, I see that all the
Yeah.
time. Like I see that every like that. That's
What's your niche? What's your
most
niche?
Most of it is that's good. That to get to like that's amazing.
Elite. Yeah.
Is obviously there's not a lot of that, and that's fucking awful. There's not a lot of that either.
Thank
When
God.
you watch that, it's brilliant. So watching the best of the best and the worst of the worst is the best.
Tartino.
They're both equally great experiences. And then watching stuff that's just mad is also really, really good.
Were you purposely written out of the show? Because
Yeah.
8 was such a lovable
But why,
character.
man?
Why did you get written
know what?
out?
Truly, I don't know why. But
bro, because like,
storyline wise, I get it though.
Yeah, but 8 was
No.
amazing as a
Bro,
character.
when you get Guz on the podcast, ask him.
Okay.
hook it
deal.
up, man. Like
I
your role.
I'd love to get Guz on actually. Like
my
just to
my
chat to
wife, yeah, she wanted to be here today. She wanted me. So
Aw.
she with our baby, and
Nice.
then she couldn't be here. But she said the reason I watched that show is Tez. She goes, I really believe. She goes, before she saw you do comedy, she's like, I thought he was like that in real life. That's how good you,
You know
did
what's
the
so
role.
funny? Someone that my cousin played football with,
Yeah.
like the first, like I think a couple of weeks after the first series came out, so going back 2018 or whatever it was, right? And my cousin's playing football with this guy, someone who also knew me, ish, not well, but
Yeah.
had seen me growing up at least,
Yeah.
a little bit. He's a bit older than us. He was like, "Oh, I saw your cousin's new show."
Yeah.
And my cousin's like, yeah. What do you think? He goes, "No, it was good, but is your cousin alright?"
Is he a bit
And,
slow?
and
Is
my
he a bit
cousin's
slow?
like- and my cousin's like, "It's not documentary.
It's not real life, bro.
It's called acting shacting."
Bro, there were some bits.
The best of 8. Go on,
the best of 8, man. Like the dick tickler. Are there any vacancies with that guy when he has it written on the thing? Love that. Actually, he's in that same episode. That episode was fire for you, man.
That is my favorite episode.
Bro, the alibi. Did she tell you about the tiger? jump through the air like a mad tiger bastard, bro.
Like a mad tiger bastard, bro.
So good. And then at the end, he pretended to be a surgeon.
But then he goes, "Why did you say tiger?" And Life of Pi, innit? Because you know he loves movies, you know, because before referencing Terminator, he's like,
yeah. What's the best one? Sajid.
Life of Pi, innit? Because in Life of Pi, his logic is, in the whole of Life of Pi, this guy's created a story about a tiger that didn't exist.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, I'll do that. But he forgot to, but then he actually said it was a tiger, instead of saying it was a French cook.
Bro. And then same episode when you pretend to be a surgeon, you sort up that guy's bund, the racist guy. And you go, I want to be like Dr. Ranj.
Dr. Ranj, yeah.
So good.
Dr. Ranj messaged me after that, like he tweeted me.
What did he say?
He just said, I love
Yeah,
this.
cool.
I didn't even know who
I'm
Dr.
glad he
Ranj-
wasn't upset.
I didn't even know who Dr. Ranj was.
I'm glad he wasn't
Oh,
upset.
Cha, you were told to say the line.
Yeah, because I don't know who Dr. Ranj is, isn't it? Because it's not my, I don't have
Yeah,
kids in
it
it,
is-
so,
it is, yeah,
so I didn't
yeah.
even know who Dr. Ranj was.
Okay.
Obviously, Googled it and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That
I know
makes
who he
sense
is
now.
Just to get the reference.
Yeah.
Here's the bit I've been wanting to ask you though. There's an episode when you're staying at Uncle Shady's house and he's putting the pani in the cereal and you love it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Towards the end, there's a bit where Mobeen Guz makes this joke about Shady being your Abu, your
Yeah.
father.
Yeah.
And the whole series, for the first time, I see 8 really shook. Like, that's a really serious moment. And I wanted to ask you, what was that moment, bro? Where did you go?
Acting.
But you just tell me about it. That moment was
So
deep,
that,
man.
I don't think Guz intended that. Because sometimes you read a scene as an actor and you have an interpretation
Of how
you should act, which is not necessarily what the writer thinks it should be.
Yep.
Because they wrote that as a light-hearted scene, and I was like,
No, there's a deep moment here.
he's about to die in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And his death will mean even more
Yeah.
if the last thing you did was upset him.
And he actually, and as a character, he doesn't know who his father is, does he?
No,
Yeah.
no.
But the way you stepped into it, like as me watching that, I was like, whoa, is Tez bringing something from his real life into this? Like it was just so
It
not
felt
8.
really real, man.
Like you
Yeah,
did,
bro, I'm a
bro.
good
No, you.
I'm a good actor, bro.
No, you're a really good actor
Props,
because you've gone from it's a wicked bro
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that, and
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
because then before that you're like, oh, 8's really happy all the time, nothing affects him, and then there's that real emotion. I'm like, he's human, man. He's got feelings. It's just moved me so much, man. That one moment.
Coming from a broken home, innit? So you put yourself in that
Headspace.
yeah.
Makes sense. You can feel it.
The bit where you got beaten up as well, and you come home to the door with Nate. I couldn't watch you, man, when you had like cuts and things on. It's just like, how
So
can
I was telling that guy to slap me for real.
the guy
Seriously?
beating you up?
Yeah. So when he's at the door, he gives me a little tap in it.
Yeah.
And I saying to him, because the first time he did it, I was like, no, bro, you need to smack
Talk about
me.
it proper.
You need to do it. You need to
to
get a
smack
reaction
me.
out of it.
Yeah. Because I need to give the camera my real reaction.
Method acting, man.
It wasn't obviously like a 10 out of 10. But
He gave it a good 6.
But it was like a good 7 out of 10, yeah.
Achha.
It was a good tupper.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I need to feel it, innit?
Man like Mobeen. Obviously has all this funny stuff that we talk about and we can relate to. We're like, haha, yeah, that happens in our community. For you, what's the real message behind it? Is it all about awareness? Are you trying to show these things, like what Roadman is and da-da-da? What's the underlying, the show not tell bit?
I think a lot of it, I think some of it is, with 8's departure in particular, was if you do punge, it might not be you that gets hurt.
It'll be your family.
Someone's getting hurt though.
Yeah.
And can you live with that?
The consequences.
Yeah. Because he is everyone's favorite 2 character.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
And so if you can show these people watching it, and the Mandem are watching it, innit? So they're watching it.
Okay.
And they get it because
And
it's
they
street
get it.
life. Yeah.
Not to say like, no, it might not necessarily change anyone's life at that, but it might make someone think. Or it might make someone think to have a conversation with someone.
Which is the purpose of the show,
Yeah.
really, because it was meant to be.
And also
gritty
family,
street vibe.
brotherhood, camaraderie.
There's so many levels.
We never see lads, Asian lads portrayed on TV in that lovable, affable way. There's always something in it.
There's always some bravado. or
There's
something like
always
that.
like you're either hiding something, like you're either hiding your sexuality,
Yeah.
or you're a terrorist,
Yeah.
or you're just an extra,
Yeah.
or you're some sort of gadda in it. Like
Yeah.
there's something in your character that's not like, or you're just like sort of quite boring and whatever.
Yeah, not
like,
me.
like or asexual or whatever. Whereas in that show, we just wanted to be like,
Real.
show what we are in it.
That real.
Which is
Yeah.
like real, just lovable, affable people who are like a bit idiotic sometimes.
You're calling the priest dad.
Yeah, that was my favorite moment. I
Brilliant.
think that's my single favorite.
That's your favorite
moment.
When you said that dad bit, I was
No,
just literally-
because he was saying,
When I thought
Dad?
of it, bro,
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
nailed
Did you tell
it.
anyone you were
Yes.
saying that?
Nailed
Huh?
it.
Did you tell anyone you were saying
No.
that?
I think I can't remember. I don't think it was in the script, and I think I just thought, but what would 8 say?
Not father. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
yeah,
father,
yeah,
innit?
yeah.
To dad.
I was calling him Molby Sab before that.
Were you?
Yeah, I was calling him Molby Sab. Because I said, what do you call the Molby Sab?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or what do they call the Molby Sab?
Yeah.
And he was father. And I went, dad.
But the way you said, you stood up and you went, Dad? And then it was the acting with the
straight
thing.
face.
He's got
Yeah,
this.
yeah, he's got a condom.
It's so funny, man. And actually, there's another funny bit in that. You know the bit where they do the food drive? When you ask Nate's potential girlfriend, did you come from a different part of Africa?
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. You know
Oh
what?
my God.
You know
Were you uncomfortable? Were you uncomfortable?
You're like, fuck's sake, man.
But only I can say it. No one can say
I
that.
know, and I was like, fine.
Are you gonna lick her asshole?
No, that was the cat.
The cat, that's it. Yeah.
I was like, there was some lines you're like, really?
It's a bit zesty.
Really? Okay, I guess. And there were some lines we were like, we're literally just pissing about. And then that's what made the edit.
Yeah.
So like,
Bread
that
in
line,
France.
I think the line where it was like, I shagged that nurse.
that bit.
No,
So
I should have.
that wasn't in the script.
I should have.
Yeah, I should have shagged that. That wasn't in the script. And that was like the 15th take. And so at this point, I'm like, listen.
You loose at it.
I'm just going to say something stupid in it. And they're like, I should shag that nurse. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
Nailed it.
And then they put it in the script and you're like, and then they put it in the edit and I'm like, oh shit. That was like the one time I said that.
But no one knows. Now they know.
I don't even know what the actual line was now. Like I can't remember.
The
Of
original.
course not.
I can't remember what the original line was. But it wasn't that.
Bro.
Go on, time. I gotta do this.
Do
Quick
it,
fire.
do it.
All right, quick fire questions for you.
Do
yeah?
it.
Favorite comedian?
Dave Chappelle.
Okay, favorite comedian bit you've heard, not by Dave Chappelle.
That Kevin Hart ostrich bit makes me laugh so much. When he's like, I'm telling the because he's running 70 miles an hour by the car, and I was like, I love that bit. I love that bit. But it's just come top of my head anyway.
What's the worst bum you've ever had on stage? Pardon the pun.
Oh, bro, man, like so many in the early days. I think the worst one I had, Riz Ahmed was there.
Okay.
I've heard this one you said.
Yeah, it's the same. There's that one, bro. So Riz Ahmed was there, and I'm on stage, and it's a black room, very, very energetic. Kane Brown, one of my favorite comedians, one of my favorite guys to work with on the circuit. This is before I knew him. He's hosting the show, killing it. And I'm like, I don't want to come on. I'm happy just watching him. I don't even want to do my bit. And back then, I think I'd been going a year, maybe 2 years, 18 months or something like that. So I didn't have the experience to handle that gear shift from him to me. So I just went on and tried to do my thing, which was going very, very lukewarm.
Okay.
Just kind of, they were being polite.
Yeah.
Like, sure, okay, why not? And then I got to a bit, so I did this bit where, I don't do it anymore, but I actually did this bit where I wrote this bit about how, like, I'm just somewhere, and someone bumps into me, and he says to me, I'm sorry, my Indian friend. And I pretend I have this like 4 vexness, like this pretend vexness where I'm like, oh, and then I list like 25 things to call me. You can call me this, and they all rhyme and stuff. It's like a big bit that you learn, and like it's quite impressive when you see it on stage, and like, but don't ever. So I go through the whole bit, and it's a bit like once you've committed to it,
You gotta see it through.
You have to finish it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've just got to get to the end of this now, innit? So I get to the end of it, and I'm like, this, call me this, but don't ever call me. And this guy just shouts out, a comedian. And I'm like,
Oh, geezer.
Death on
and
stage,
you know that was the biggest laugh of my set.
Yeah.
Like the crowd are howling.
What do you do?
Bro, I just took the L in it.
Walk off.
I just walked off, bro. I was like, and they were like, oh, but I was like, bro, I can't recover from this. He only got like 2 minutes left, and I don't know. I'm completely flustered now. I don't even know what to say now.
Yeah.
And like now, it'd be different in it because I'd have a back and forth in it. Experience.
Own it with that, yeah.
Experience in it, or like I wouldn't even let that happen. But if it did, there'd be a back and forth in it. But then I didn't have the experience, bro, and I was like, rah, I just took the L, and just left. And I was like, bro, that was rough, man. But it's experience, bro. And look, I now years later, I get to tell this great story about the time Riz Ahmed saw me bum.
Spoken to him since?
I've bumped into him since a couple of times. He's always very polite and
Ever
nice.
mentioned it?
He's never offered me a part in anything.
Okay.
So
Four
I'm not
lines,
sure.
part 2.
I'm not sure if he's on the back. But he probably doesn't even remember. You know what I mean? It's a bigger thing for me than it is for him.
See.
Yeah.
Limca or Miranda? Limca or Miranda?
Miranda.
Fanta.
Okay.
Yeah, Miranda.
Dairy or Brie?
This is that joke, you know, when you were going out with that woman, that posh woman.
Yeah.
The cheese board.
Are there even that many cheeses? Dairy Lee.
Good lad.
Especially Daily Dunkers.
Good lad. Derry Dunkers.
Dunkers,
Oh,
come
great
on,
level, great level.
sticks on it.
Who's the up-and-coming comedian that you highly rate that we should keep an eye on?
Oh, okay. I mean, there's a lot of my mates at a certain level who I think are going to go on to great things, like K-Kid, Ishan Akbar, people like that. And I love Atif Nawaz on all his cricket stuff on TMS and that. Oh, food for the soul. There's a young lad, very young lad called Fazan Shah from Manchester, who I saw recently. I'd heard his name a little bit, and I saw him recently. And you know when you're watching it going, this is me. This is me when I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talent.
Could be something.
Nice.
Nice.
Comedians don't laugh anymore, innit?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the us going like this.
That Robert De Niro face.
The Godfather face. I see. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. I'll leave it there, bro. I had some black.
Do the would you rather, man. You
Huh?
that would you rather.
Oh,
man.
fucking hell.
Do the would you rather, man.
Would you rather eat a Biscoff biscuit every day for the rest of your life or give Nigel Farage your political backing?
Oh, big up Nigel Farage all day, every day, bro. UKIP for life.
Yes, bro. BNP and that.
UK, IP and that. United
India,
Kingdom,
Pakistan.
Independent Pakistanis. Come on.
Tez, tell people where they can find you.
OMA.
OMA. Tell people where they can find you, man.
Hi, you can find me on all your favorite social media platforms very, very easily by just tapping in my name, Tez Ilyas. It's one word, Tango Echo Zulu, India Lima Yankee Alpha Sierra.
That is impressive. He knew it, the phonetic alphabet. How many times have you done that?
A lot. And yeah, so I'm everywhere. I'm on YouTube as well. Got a couple of specials that Indy was referencing throughout this and Doc was referencing throughout this show. So please do check that other stuff. And the biggest thing is I'm on tour.
Yes.
So I'm on tour from September, nationwide tour, coming all over the country.
Including Mosul.
Including Birmingham.
Not
Or the
Warsaw.
Birmingham date is being released because people are like, Birmingham date took us a bit of hassle to find and get the right room. So that is being released soon. Okay. But Hackney Empire Theatre in London. I'm in Reading. I'm from Glasgow to Brighton. I'm everywhere. Up and down, Manchester, Blackburn, everywhere. So hopefully in a town/city/ probably not village, but town/city near you, I will be there. TezIlyas.com. And you know, one thing that would help my career massively is people buying tickets early.
You said this.
And creating a hype.
Yeah.
So I fill my rooms, but at the last minute.
Yeah.
And what that doesn't allow you to do.
Asian timing, baby.
What that doesn't allow you to do. It
Another
doesn't
show.
allow you to create hype.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow you to add an additional show.
Yeah.
And doesn't allow you to flex.
Or scarcity.
Yeah. And so if you want to support me and if you think that I deserve to be at a bigger level than I am, you might not think that, just fine. But if you do think that, then just buy tickets to my show early because that hype will help elevate me and will help me sell more tickets, will help me put more shows on. And when you put those second shows on, third shows on, that's when that's when the ball starts rolling about like, oh shit, we need to get a ticket for this guy. But if you're like, but we'll get a ticket last minute, innit? And then you enjoy it anyway, you're like, well, we're not bothered, innit? But yeah, buy tickets early.
Siddiqa.
And actually for any artist that you enjoy, for any artist that is not at a fucking Taylor Swift, Beyonce level, any artist that you enjoy, that you have to fucking kill someone's fucking auntie to get a ticket. But any sort of up and coming artist that you want to support, buy their
Go
tickets
and
early.
see him, man. That's it. Tez, thank you so much for joining us, bro.
Thank you
Appreciate
for having
it.
me, man. Let's go get some food.
Let's go get some
Absolutely.
food.
Let's
People,
go.
catch you next week in a bit.
Peace.
Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.